So we begin the 11st session of the Roses Are Right campaign. As we are rejoining the Roses, having just been granted the boons from the Merid genies after ridding Dalinad's retreat of the nefarious Leno. And recovering the resonance bands. And you all got some super sweet upgrades. And now everyone's just kind of standing around awkwardly staring at each other.
Thumb in their buttholes.
They don't really know what to do now that you've all accepted your boons and everything's kind of taken care of. The first person to break the silence is Dalen, the concierge, who walks up and says, "I'm assuming you're heading on your way." Kind of like looking between Mirak and Largo.
Yeah.
Sure. Yes.
Sure.
You're building.
Oh, we have to pay, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you did pay for a couple of days up front. The pay scheme was a couple of days, weeks longer. Looking over the bill, you see that Largo has been charged for a week.
Okay.
Oh, son of a bitch.
There are also several line items of damaged property. And the total for the bill comes to 1,572 gold pieces.
1,175.
572.
1,572.
Thankless automatons.
So yeah, we're gonna charge a even $1,600 gold removal rate for your Leno problem. So you just kick us back a couple gold, and we'll call her square, and we'll just dip on out of here.
Yeah.
I say to myself in my head because I don't want to fight anything else.
Oh no! Say that loud.
Do we want to debate
Yes.
this? Do we just want to pay?
No, I think we just do the thing that, it's all fine.
Largo,
Oh,
you could just
detail.
teleport us away. I don't.
Yeah.
Actually, Largo can't.
No, I can't do that.
Oh, okay.
Let's do the thing. There's nothing wrong with us paying the bill.
I want to detail to them.
So I don't have any money.
Well, I
I wouldn't
mean,
be near out. Yeah.
looking over this, you also see an $8,000 or 8,000 gold piece charge for destroying Leno, and that's marked off.
Okay. Fair.
I don't know. It feels like entrapment. Go kill him.
I mean, the discerning person is looking and seeing multiple different handwritings on this bill. You get the impression that Dalen might have written up the bill, and then Dale came in and said,
Mirak takes the bill and looks it over closely to make sure he's not being charged for the thing that he fixed, which I imagine he isn't. That was tiny. And then
there are a couple of items from what the mythical golem smashed while attacking you in the laboratory.
We're being charged for that.
Yeah. You weren't supposed to be in there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That is true.
I thought you meant like you, us as a group, but yeah, okay.
And there's some of the furniture in the sanctum where you fought.
Okay. I think you have the money.
That's most of it.
I have the money. Oh, I do have the money.
Yeah. After reviewing the bill, I look at Largo and
I don't think me as a person
no,
has written down the money,
I have it written down.
but I do possess the money in my handy haversack.
Yeah, well, Largo hands him the money, and then Aaron, once he finds the total minuses what he's written down for it. We have stuff we can sell, so it's.
You have a decent chunk of just.
We have like 40,000 gold, don't we?
It's a lot.
We have a lot, yeah. We do.
Board, not as much as board.
You
But
just
not
blew
much.
10 grand on a poker game the other night. So.
Oh yeah, we did do that.
Oh, yeah. Well, that says how much money we have, but we forgot.
I say we kill him.
Don't say that.
Well, thank you for the booze. We're going to kill you now.
Well, I need to test mine out.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, unless anything else happens, I think we pay.
You handled killing one level 14 wizard. You've seen at least 5 other ones.
That would be a little bit more difficult.
Numbers is where it gets tricky. One of the charges was for resummoning the elementals that you destroyed.
Understandable. It's very pragmatic. Margot doesn't have to agree.
Yeah.
There's also line items for all of Leno's gear that was crossed out.
Yeah, we're not, I don't think we're, we pay.
Largo, use your god powers and make some money for the fine gentleman.
I can't make
Speaking
money
of the
with
gear, you're dropping your cloak or your share, your.
Because essentially all its major effect I get just from my godly ability, right?
You got the robes of the Archimagi,
Mm-hmm.
which gives you +4 to all your saves.
Yep.
But you have a cloak that gives you +5 to all your saves.
Yeah.
And there's 2 members of your party that have
Right in my
cloaks
ring.
that only give them +3.
Yep. Yeah, so I will give away my cloak of resistance. Yeah, someone has like a cloak of resistance +3, right? Either Mirok or Bort or something like
Mirok
that.
and Yanni.
Who wants the cloak of resistance +5 and will trade me for their cloak of resistance +5?
Mirok, you should probably do that. I think I've got maybe a little bit better base saves than you.
So that would increase my AC a little bit.
Saves.
Oh, my save, sorry. That,
+2 to all your saves.
yeah, so my fortitude's 13, my reflex is 9, my will is 15.
Yeah, that's all you, man.
Okay. Wow, that made me feel a little bit bad.
Who's your monk?
Okay.
Monks have all good saves. Like you have a 5, a 5, and a 10 for your base saves. These guys got 10s.
I give you my cloak of resistance +3. What's that mean?
Yep.
Okay.
And now you have a cloak of resistance +5.
I think I already figured that in on the sheets that I worked up.
Okay. Cool. That would be under
Magical.
magical modifier?
Yeah.
No, I don't think you did.
Well, maybe it's on the other ones. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you don't. That's right. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I didn't have to change your base character sheet.
Right.
Want a
Cool.
brewski?
I would love a beer, sir.
Would you like
young,
to
I
pour
would
into
say
those
brewski, yeah.
glass?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay. We pay,
That means
and then do we head back to the foyer to leave?
That would
Work.
make more sense.
Yep.
Works for me unless you guys want to like catch a play before we leave.
No,
I'll go
they,
down to catch a play.
they would probably charge us for that. Let's leave.
Well, the thing is, if you catch a 3-hour play, it would take 24 hours. So.
There'd be like a seat warming fee. Cool. Well then, yeah.
Is
Yeah.
there like a dish with like mints in it at the front that's like free mints? Because if so, I'm just gonna take like 17 mints, just as many as I can.
There is a mince dish in the grand hall.
All right, I'll be right back. I'll just run as fast as I can, grab a handful of mints, run back.
Ooh.
You hear a crack as Yanni breaks the sound barrier going.
How many mints do you grab, Yanni?
As many as my hand can fit. Just
Okay. I'm adding that to the group inventory.
mints.
Yep. Yanni has mints.
What's your movement speed right now?
80.
80?
God damn. Mine's 20.
Yeah, that's what mine is.
I'm pretty sure it goes up 10 more feet next level.
Yep. And you got the quick runner shirt, right?
There's a quick runner shirt. What is that?
Yeah, it's loot from last week.
Yeah, it's one of the items that we got.
Oh, now what does that do? What is
Once per day, you can take a move action as a swift action.
Oh God.
So that means that if you run, you can run 400 feet in 6 seconds.
This is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah, we kind of blew through that right at the end of last session. Everything else, I think Largo took.
Yeah, everything else went.
Robe, eyeglasses, rod of maximize, glove, bracers.
So with that, I can take a move action as a swift action and then flurry. I can move 80 feet and flurry is what that comes down to.
Once
Once
per
a
day.
day.
Once a day.
It's all I need. One time a day to do that.
That's sick.
The cloak of resistance and the resistance bonus from all saving throws, they don't stack, do they? So we just have an extra cloak of resistance if you're down to write that down. That's my bad.
So we're not swapping.
We are not swapping. Yeah, I'm just giving you mine.
That can go in the sell pile, right? So
Yep.
I will say for Largo, you an arcane sight is more like for the mechanical concept of it.
Yeah.
It's really, it's divine sight. You are a divine creature and you see things that normal creatures do not.
Yeah.
Part of what you're seeing is also like you can see your own like aura of divinity. And it's evident in like the spells that Mirok casts. Like yours is coming from you, but his seems to be emanating from, his spell casting, his holy symbol, that kind of stuff. And Bort is wreathed in a divine aura himself, but it's coming from his holy symbol. And it's more like it's inward facing. Yours is emanating outward from you.
Yeah.
But those kinds of things are you're much more clued into the nature of things.
Very cool.
It's not, not true sight, but kind of aura sight.
Okay. That's exciting. I'm looking around at you. You guys can't tell, by the way, what I am looking at any point. Because I just have like misty purple, star-spangled, glittery eyes with no irises or pupils.
Is that true?
Yes.
That's lovely.
That's exactly what you said when Dan described it.
I think the lens, the sclera of your eye is still there. So there is somewhat, it is uncanny how clued in people are to being able to see where somebody's looking.
Yeah.
And even when someone's got like the whiteout contacts, you can still tell.
Okay.
So
yeah,
it's
a little bit
not
of a hazy circle.
It's harder, but it's not impossible.
Still. Pretty badass.
And you still have weird little bug wings.
No, those are gone now.
No, they go away the next time you dream.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Gone to sleep yet.
Oh yeah, they still.
I forgot.
They still exist. I look terrifying.
Yeah. Terrifying.
Because like the real Fae, not cute.
It depends on Sealy and unsealy.
Largo, I think I've seen much of you to not bring you out of the cute category, no matter what you do from here on out. Like you're too burrowed in,
Yep. Yeah, not particularly. I wouldn't describe myself as particularly cute right now, but I understand why you say what you said.
Cute comes from here.
Yeah.
It's in here.
I would imagine Mirok would think you're terrifying.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But humans, if you're small and you have big eyes, we just
Yeah.
it's adorable.
And then I go like, well, look at this, and I can make everything terrifying for you forever until you have a wish or miracle cast on you.
You're adorable until you're not.
Well, Mirak's standing in the foyer, just like trying to the gift.
It's like, all right, let's go. Yeah.
Well, you're just waiting on Yanni to get his mitts, so
Yeah,
that takes a half of a second.
Yeah, he beats me to the
Yeah, you get to the foyer. You know that it's you have to use some sort of transport spell on the either plane shift or greater teleport.
I'll do a greater teleport.
Go off, Bugman.
Okay. Go off, Buckman.
Yeah.
He looks at you quizzically. And then motions for you to come along. And let's all stand in that as he insists we all hold hands.
No, you cast it on the
Oh,
frame
on the thing.
and
Okay.
you're, like visualizing, remembering the painting that you came in through.
Cool. So I do that and I use my greater teleport.
The portal opens and you see what actually it looks like a painting of the dining room area in the Cordessi estate, which is where the painting was that you entered into when you initially came here. So it looks like so it's an odd painting because you guys don't have like a very well decorated dining room or whatever, just a big table with lots of chairs.
Yeah.
Otherwise, undecorated room.
It's
It
minimal.
looks like a somewhat odd painting for someone to paint.
Is Gideon still there? Because I remember like it's a kind of a flux time inside the painting.
Oh, you've been inside the painting for a couple days.
Okay, so Gideon's
It was how many days?
That was
like real world like 2, I think.
We're gonna come out and everything is just gonna be on fire.
I cast sending, and I send a message to Gideon, and I say, you may arrange for your painting to be picked up.
Okay. You do arrive back at the Cordesia estate at like midnight.
Gideon's Gideon. He's a fucking dragon. I'm gonna send to him no matter what.
That doesn't make any sense.
He's not, he's this power guy. He didn't sleep. Come on.
Okay.
Plus, he's like a bard. He's probably up right now. It's only midnight.
Yeah, he's at like a bar performing.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Your hometown. Your hometown. Your hometown.
Essentially a Tuesday night. So you get a response. Okay, Largo, I'll pick it up tomorrow.
Cool.
Did you get the bands? Never mind, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Yep. I know enough not to send to him again.
Okay.
You definitely did get the impression you were sleeping.
Well, too fucking bad. No one can sleep. The Tarrasque is coming. We must all.
I mean, that painting is part of his hoard, right? So, like, I'm sure he has been worried about it. So,
Yeah,
you know.
He wanted to know as soon as we got back.
All right. So, unless there's anything, I guess you guys are gonna rest for the evening and wake up fresh in the morning.
Faux show.
And bright and early, Gideon does arrive, and he enters. He makes sure that the painting is exactly as he left it. You can tell that's what he's doing. He's not like making any comments or anything, but
I suggest to him that he should visit Delanad's retreat once this is all over and spend some time there because it is fabulous.
he says, I intend to once I am capable of activating the painting. That's probably a couple of centuries away from me.
Yeah, I just nod and I nod apologetically.
I offer to carry the painting back for Gideon if he wants me to.
Mm-hmm.
You could send it. Rather than waiting hundreds of years.
Intelligence check. Would I offend him?
What?
Would I offend? Intelligence check. I got a 14. Would I offend him by telling him like, when all of this is said and done and we defeat the Tarrasque, we'll go back and we'll take you. All right, I say that. There's no need for you to wait centuries.
He says, if you defeat the Tarrasque and that concern is off the table, then a trip to Delanad's retreat sounds like an excellent recovery.
Yes.
New York bright and early. He's probably not there. He heads out to Mark LaFlet's to get the sound.
Wait, are you going to Mark LaFlet's?
Definitely been 2 days.
Could I go with you to Mark LaFlet's? I have a proposition for him.
Yeah, totally. You're gonna have to walk like way slower.
You know that like his haute couture boutique is not open at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, is that when Gideon got there?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
Well, I mean, it opens around 10 or 11 when he feels like it.
Yeah, he's an artist. Okay, yeah. So I'm probably there.
So, and when Gideon says recovery, he looks at Murag and says, "Speaking of,
Mhm.
Yeah. Largo was gonna ask about that. He wasn't excited to have that crucial conversation. We need this man's vocal cords.
And I can, okay.
well, you don't need this man's vocal cords.
You need the dragon guy. Find a nice private spot where you can turn into a dragon.
Yeah, speaking of.
Mirak, word has already traveled from Tarnholm about your miraculous healing abilities. I want to impress upon you that the dragons are creatures of magic, and certain aspects of them are more integral to their being than they might be to mortals. As such, removing a mercury dragon's vocal cords can be fatal.
Jesus.
We are our magic is bardic by nature, and the inability to sing could remove the very life force that fuels us. So I am putting my life in your hands, not just my voice.
So
I would like you to take every precaution and preparation before this takes place.
We're having Brick do it, right?
I think I would be better to do it. I'm just kidding. Brick would just
I think Largo's smarter than to say that.
Yeah, no, I don't say that in front of him.
Honestly, Largo could probably say it, and with his charisma checks right now, it's always everything's a joke.
No,
Everything's
it's a
received
solemn-
perfectly well.
It's a solemn moment.
Yeah, I figured that was a Trevor
Yeah.
comment, not a Largo comment.
Yeah, okay. Mirak nods and says, I will do a little bit of research prior and think about the correct way that we should do this. Is there an ideal place you would like to have this done? I know that you can't be in this form.
There are a few places at the castle that might be appropriate. There are, as I understand, there's a rather large section of your basement. If it can be cleaned and prepared, that might be viable.
Mm-hmm.
Largo would like to roll a diplomacy check at this one. 46. Largo suggests that Gideon might, Largo's like, getting a little bit watery in the eyes. It suggests that we might want to do this in some place that means a lot to Gideon and that Gideon feels very comfortable in, just in case this doesn't go the way that would be ideal, and Gideon ends up passing. We might want to do this in a place that would befit the last moments of a mithril dragon.
Mirak chimes in. He
He's
says,
Mercury.
Mercury.
Yeah,
he's safe. We know.
I think it is a good idea to do this in a place where he feels comfortable, considering that vocal cords are very reactive to, right? They're a thing that tensions and intentions.
Yeah.
The subtext of what he's saying is that's the reason, not so much like if he dies.
Largo's very much saying if he dies.
Yeah, Mirak.
But he's trying to
bedside
trying to
manner.
say that as 46 diplomacy, trying to be
Sure.
very, very use all of the tact that he can muster. He's talking to who he considers a dear friend.
Gideon gets a faraway look on his eye, and he says, "If I had the choice, I'd die on the stage, but this is not something that I want to do in front of an audience.
Okay.
So in this case, my choice would be to survive."
Okay, basement it
Yeah,
is.
basement it is. Brick, you got 3 days to clean up, buddy. Our basement is big enough for him to turn into a fucking dragon.
There's 2 rooms in your basement. One that is like a workshop, and one is a massive storage area.
Okay, cool.
That you could fit. And Gideon as a dragon is like about the size of 2 horses.
Okay. Right, because is he young or adult?
He's a young adult.
Yeah.
And mercury dragons are thin and wiry. They're not, even the same size red dragon would probably weigh almost 3 times as much as Gideon does.
Okay.
Did Erica get like a book on dragons for us?
Yes.
Did we have that? Or did she have that?
Or chimes in. Oh yeah, she said she had a couple of books on dragons.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're gonna swing by Erica's on our errands.
Cool.
And Largo, you guys, we know each other pretty well. Largo makes eyes at you as if to say, I have something to say about this when Gideon's not here.
Okay, cool.
So I know nothing about magic, but would there be any benefit to doing the surgery in Largo's Tower of 1,000 Tears? It's a safe place, right? Like nothing could come attack when
It is definitely big enough, but the way it works is that you kind of have to eat to progress through it. There would be a meal there, whether, it would be a little weird. The whole purpose of it is a place of rest, and I have to define the sustenance and stuff like that every time I cast the spell. So it's like a banquet hall full of food by default.
So I'm just picturing knocking all the food off the tables and just shoving the tables together, slamming the dragon on there and just hacking away.
Probably wouldn't give them the most confidence in us.
You're right. I mean, push comes to shove and something happens to Penteros, that would be the only safe place to do it. But
okay. And I found how much money we have. I think we should have 61,428 gold pieces left after our poker game and the bill. I think that counts for everything.
And then Uhtred, you want to test out your boon, right?
Uhtred. There he is. Hey, buddy. Or is that Otis?
If you're talking, the audio is not working, Glenn.
oh, he's muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
I don't know if he's participating.
I can't. Honestly, I think that might be Otis. I'm not entirely certain. I just see a shadow.
It's way too fuzzy.
He's sleeping.
He's nodding asleep. Yep. We've seen it before, but now this is silhouette. He's going down. Look at it. He's bowing.
That's
Or,
fine.
or it is Otis in profile, actually. Yeah, I don't know.
That's not Otis. That you've seen.
Otis would move that repetitive and consistently.
Yeah, that's true. He's going Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Man.
Glenn.
Oh, hey.
I'm here.
You were sleeping a little bit, buddy.
Yeah, long days at work, man. I'm here.
All right. I was saying that Uhtred probably wants to test out his boon.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Okay. So there's a Yanni and a Mirok. I think Bort's gonna, if you're gonna go visit Erica, he's gonna come along with you.
Right.
Largo, you might be able to help facilitate Uhtred testing out killing shit. Because you can kind of make shit to kill.
Yeah. Totally. I'm thinking right now, I'm thinking about acting as an anesthesiologist with greater shadow enchantment, but we can brainstorm that
They
later.
make some good money.
Yeah, okay, so let's go to the backyard.
Let's do it.
Backyard's like a 10-foot wide space.
Let's go to the storage space then.
You can literally go any place on the planet you know of.
Let's go somewhere cool.
Let's go to the hills of Cass.
Or like Pig Island.
Let's go to the
All
hills.
right.
All right, so me and Uhtred, anyone else want to come?
No, we got stuff to do.
All right, me and Uhtred transport to and we're only going for a day, so I still have a conversation that I need to have with you, and I need to act as the anesthesiologist.
And Otis comes.
I mean, you don't even need to go for a day.
Yeah, we'll just go for a little bit. So we roll to the hills of Cass, near your father's old estate.
All right.
This
his shack.
His hobbit, his mud hut.
And I ask Uhtred, what would you like to slay?
The greatest creature you've ever conjured.
Okay. I use Major Image to conjure, as best as I can figure, the Tarrasque.
Well, that seems
One
like
of
a bad
one of
move.
those poorly taxidermied.
Yeah. It's shitty. Yeah, I've never seen one.
But it's something a cross between, I guess, in Largo's mind, something a cross between a dragon and a giant snapping turtle.
Yeah, totally. So one of those, and I kind of look around to make sure. You know what? Before I do this, I cast hallucinatory terrain to make it a tundra.
Oh, it is. It's early. It's late fall, early winter.
Okay.
There is a dusting of snow on the ground here.
Okay, so I'm gonna make it hallucinatory terrain, and then the main thing is I'm gonna create a really weird kind of circle of fog in the hallucinatory terrain around what we're doing, so that no like villagers arrive and see the Tarrasque, right? I'm essentially using this as a cloak. But I've created an epic battleground for you that is all grayscale except for the Tarrasque. So it's like this epic fucking video game cutscene that I've created for you, Uhtred, with 2 very high-level illusion spells, and you can try to fucking do the will save, but
Do you play really cool music?
yeah, it's like bop, boom, bop, boom. I alter the sound of the thunder in the hallucinatory terrain. It'd be like bop, boom, bop, boom, ba, bop, boom, bop, boom, ba, bop, boom, bop, boom, ba. You know, like Final
I
Fantasy
imagine
VII
there's
boss
like
music.
a chorus. There's like 3 Arctic hares that are just singing.
Fuck,
I should have come. This is awesome.
Okay. So Uhtred, you stand there, staring at this massive, strange creature, and you remember the directions that the genie had given you.
Yeah, so I imagine that I kind of, my mind goes like a little Dragon Ball Z mode. I go into rage, boom. Then I go into fire rage, boom. Then I try to tap my next level.
Kaioken times 3.
Right.
Okay. You go into your next level, and you like you're drawing in. You know, you like your rage is like, I really hate it when the beer's warm. And then when you double rage, you're like, I really hate it when the beer's warm and it tastes like ass. And now you're digging deeper for something more meaningful, and you just get this hint of like, if anything happened to Sippy. And all of a sudden, Largo, you see like the wreath of fire surrounding Uhtred as he rages, just starts to like almost vibrate. And you can see there's a magic aura coming out of Uhtred himself, and you're not sure. It doesn't seem arcane and it doesn't seem divine. You think that this might be psychic, and as you're like, oh wow, what is that? Just like he explodes in a fireball.
Okay.
And how close are you?
Probably close enough to get so yeah, I'll roll a reflex save.
All right.
17.
17. Okay, so the DC on this would be 10 plus half Uhtred's level plus his charisma modifier.
So more than 17.
Yeah.
So I take the full brunt of a fireball.
Right. Now, with 3 points, with three 3 rounds of rage spent. That's 6d6 fireball.
Okay.
So roll 6d6, Uhtred.
This is good. I have a really good, like, Largo thinks this is cool as fuck. He's gonna be like, holy shit! And then I have a couple things that he's gonna do. We can role play him, or we can play him out, whatever you'd like to do.
All right, here we go. $20.
20. Okay, Uhtred, you also need to make a reflex save.
Okay. Oh, I rolled an 18.
Okay. So, so you make the save, you take half damage, and then when you're fire raging, you have 10 fire resistance, so you take no fire damage at all. But yeah, like there's just like the steam rising from the ground around him as he has vaporized all of the snow that has actually landed on the ground that existed. Though your illusion might actually make a concentration check. One of the few spells that does require concentration.
36.
Okay, you're fine.
So my response to this is to greater invisibility, quick and fly.
Okay.
After this point, I am going to flit over to where the illusion of the Tarrasque is.
Mm-hmm.
The Tarrasque is breathing real fire and doing real force and sonic damage to Uhtred as he's fighting. Because I'm like loving this. I'm not gonna fucking,
Okay.
like I'm just like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
He'll probably just end up thinking that I've invented some crazy type of illusion.
Okay.
And it's like, oh no, we're like dueling now, but I'm dueling through the Tarrasque. And I'm like laughing, like it's all good. I'm not gonna actually hurt him. I know that he's a fucking,
All right.
you know, flesh tank.
what are you going to do to like attack?
So it's all shadow evocation. I'm gonna be doing dragon breath in the form of a cone
Okay.
of fire. I'm gonna be doing shout. I think I have greater shout in the form of shadow evocation. I'm gonna be doing force pushes and force punches that are kind of, well, not punch because it's a touch attack, but like, you know, essentially trying to like mimic what it would be like if this thing was like clawing at him and like pushing him.
You could, can't you do like a big beast hand with shadow evocation?
Yeah, totally. So I got a big beast hand going. I'm like blowing all my spell slots, just be like, let me see if I can fucking bloody this dude while this is happening. Because I know this is what he wants. He doesn't just want to like slay an imaginary demon. So I'm like puppeting this fucking thing with actual really high level spells, well, tiny and small and flying.
Okay. Roll a d20. Kind of simplify this a little bit.
10.
10. Okay. So like you hit him half the time.
Yeah.
With some of the stuff, he is, dodging and avoiding, and you're not exceptional at being able to hit things.
Yeah.
And his saves are pretty good.
Yeah, and I'm timing them. Yeah. Totally.
So Uhtred, you remember that the genie also told you to try to channel your rage through your weapon.
Right. So I take a tight grip upon the axe, feeling the energy flow through me.
And she said, you've tried being angry and you've tried being twice as angry. Have you tried being thrice or more?
Yeah. So I go into the vault of all the bad thoughts that have ever happened of my buddies being Largo trying to be assassinated, and people, the alligator attacking Mirok, and Yanni trying to believe he's stronger than me, and all the rage.
Get down.
and I take all that rage and I feel it in my toes coming up my body,
Okay.
and I attack.
All right. So you feel this rage welling up, and you draw deeper and deeper and deeper. And mechanically, you can only do you can only blow a number of rounds of rage equal to half your level at a time. So that's where it's going to cap. So at this point, it's half your level, which is 17, rounded down to 8. So you can blow 8 rounds of rage at once. And you focus all of that into your axe and slam it down into the ground directly in front of the Tarrasque. And just like the ground erupts in just columns of fire out in a cone 60 feet. And you do 2d6 points of fire damage for every round of rage that you spend.
Damn, 16.
So 16d6.
I am far enough away. I am fucking behind.
I won't kill it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
$37.
37. Okay. So, yeah. Largo, you're standing out back, and you just see this like cone of fire come up and sort of engulf the Tarrasque.
Nuts.
Illusion.
I make it charred. I make the Tarrasque charred and bloody.
The Tarrasque turns into a giant leafy vegetable that's covered in blood.
Yeah.
charred. God damn it, I didn't even get that.
It took me a second.
But yeah, also you see that the ground that this flame erupted from is now all difficult terrain, and it's still glowing red.
Damn.
So it's difficult terrain that'll do 1d6 points of fire damage to anybody who stands on. And yeah. So obviously that blows 8 rounds of your rage. And you blew 3 rounds with the previous fireball attack.
Right.
But that's the effect of what you have, is that you can create fireballs centered on yourself that do 2d6 points of damage for every round of rage that you spend on them. And you can also, utilize it as a cone attack that will destroy the ground that you hit with it. And, but
I love that. Like magma groundbreaker.
yeah. So
I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking crazy. I'm like, rock on, they're kind of battling or whatever. I terminate the illusion of the Tarrasque. We're still shrouded in mist, and it's still kind of grayscale. Then I cast reverse gravity, and to leave Uhtred suspended in the air. And then I roll up to him, and I dismiss my invisibility, and I go, "That was amazing, Uhtred. Give us a little dance." And I said, "Can I have a high five?"
Well, of course.
I high five Uhtred, and with the touch, I cast Irresistible Dance. The subject begins to feel an undeniable urge to dance and begins doing so, complete with foot shuffling and tapping. The spell effect makes it impossible for the subject to do anything other than caper and prance in place.
I started moving my hips.
And it's a will partial. And it is a compulsion. So try to make a 31 will save.
No, I rolled a 2.
All right. So for the equivalent of 4 rounds, you're just like dancing while kind of spinning in the air, and then I just missed. Yep. And then you kind of fall to the ground. You fall to the ground, and I extend a hand to you, and I go, "Are you ready to go back?"
Indeed. Well, I don't fall. I because I have my shoes on. I can fly.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, so it's, yeah.
Yeah, reverse gravity takes no effect, but you cannot resist the dance. So you. All right, so we head back.
Tell
Allies-
no one of my joyous dance.
As what do you call it? Defenseless against you.
Yeah.
He
What?
probably could have made that save.
Oh, totally. 31. I mean, yeah, I can make it.
I could have if I didn't roll a 2. If I rolled like a
But the fun thing about irresistible dance is that even if he fails, or even if he makes it, he still has to dance for 1 round.
Oh, that's not like, you just dance a little bit.
yeah. You have to dance. You have to dance. It's just a matter of how long. I mean, it's an 8th level spell, so it makes sense. All right, well, we're back.
So you guys go to what are you gonna do to go to Aragus first or?
No, I want to go to Mark's first.
Okay.
Because I did a 2-day rush order.
Okay. You go to Mark Reflect's boutique and you ask to see him. He's not there. But the one of his assistants recognizes who you are and asks if you're here for the Bjorn.
I am, he says, now realizing what that sounds like.
You bring it out in a nice, like balsa wood stained box.
Oh.
Yeah. Opens it up and laying there on like a folded sheet of satin is this finely crafted leather papoose.
Is he ready?
Is it to your satisfaction?
I looked it out of the box, look it over, and then I start tying it. I'm assuming it sits around my waist, and so it's like here, and then when I need it, right? So like when I'm wearing it, it's not really like an encumbrance. It's just kind of it's like a sash.
Flat.
Yeah, it's like having like a fanny pack.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. All right. Let's check. Yeah. Once I have that sort of like, yep, it's good. And then I close the balsa wood box and I look at it for a second. And I just hand that back to me, and I'm like, I don't need that.
I have a metagame question.
Huh?
How does this work now that will I be attached to the inevitable?
Yeah.
Is that a good idea?
Yeah, it's an awesome idea.
Okay. All right.
You're going to be a creature of chaos riding an inevitable in the battle.
Pretty
cool.
As just a fucking helpless baby.
You can get out if you wanted to. It's got a little drawstring.
No, his idea is that he's going to project an image of himself.
The whole point is that my body is completely helpless.
It's fine. Yeah, we can work on it.
Okay.
I don't think we can work around it. I think it's not a bug, it's a feature.
Okay. Yeah. I'll be on an inevitable. I mean, that's pretty fucking good. Maybe we make a shroud. Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
I mean, the inevitable is a tank.
Yeah.
It's gonna be big.
And in order to hit Largo, whatever is attacking would need to make a called shot against Largo. And that would be rather difficult.
And the inevitable has a way higher AC than Murok does.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I told the attendant after handing them the box back, send my best to Mark. He is ever an incredible craftsman. I look at Yanni and I'd say, Yanni, ready to go?
I got some business here.
Yeah.
I got a sack of gems. I set them like on the counter, and I tell this attendant I'm looking for like a jewelry crafter to do, you know, maybe to do some work for me to make some sort of, I don't know, necklace, you know, fit for a princess.
She says, if you like, I can have Mark could collaborate with one of the jewel crafters and jewelry smiths in town if you want it to be a Mark LaFlette original piece.
A mop.
So Yanni knows nothing other than the things that Largo has said pertaining to Mark LaFlette. So I think I want his name on it. So I think this collaboration is a good idea.
She says, "Can I see what you're trying to?"
Oh yeah, sure. I freely hand over the sack of gems.
She takes it out. She starts spreading them around. She goes, "These are diamonds?"
Yep, one of them is. Yeah.
Exactly that. And he's like, well, hold on. Where did you get the jewels?
From our magical card game.
Yeah, I didn't have my notes that session. Okay, yeah.
She says, "Are you permitted to have these?"
I am. I
Yeah,
tried
yeah.
to pencil it in.
One of the other people comes up and like leans in, and I assume Yanni can probably hear the whisper plain as day. The roses are red. They can pretty much do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, dude. If Largo's there, you're like, fucking Mark.
We can make any necklaces we want.
So she says, "Well, I will let Mark know as soon as he returns. I cannot price this for you, as it would be under his purview, and it would also depend on the jewelsmith that we hire for the collaboration." Is there a price range you are looking for?
Mirok, do you know anything about jewelry prices? Because I don't.
I do, I say confidently. Let me look at your jewels here. What do you got? And I walk up to the table and I pull out a tiny dwarven thimble thingy. I've decided I've had this whole game.
Oh yeah, like put a notch in your eye.
Yeah.
It never came up in the other 110 sessions. So.
Because my eyeballs didn't work in the other 110 sessions. Yeah. Look at the jewels. What has he got here?
I'm trying to craft I don't know, like a necklace. I've got 2 pieces of quartz, 2 tiger's eyes. One, this is hard for me to read. Peridot, is that what that is? 1 opal, 1 emerald, 2 rubies, and 1 diamond.
Do you know what the total value of all that is?
I can sum it up. Give me just a sec. I have all the prices wrote out individually, but I didn't get a total.
1 peridot, 2 opal, 1 emerald, 1 diamond, 1 ruby. Dan, can I roll? Well, actually, Yanni, you're probably better at this than me. I suggest, since you are making a necklace for your lady of the House of the Onyx Serpent, maybe there's some noble association with these jewels in the Nokiri Kingdom. And I say that, and I hand you a cup of wine. And behind me in the background is just some vessel that's just filled with water and turned into wine really quickly so you can drink it and get a plus.
Yeah. So I'll take a.
Like outside, there's like 7 people like, this rain barrel's filled with wine.
I did my taxes like 10 minutes after I drank it.
Do you think that would be like I don't know what kind of, like a nobility check or like a, I don't know, history or?
Yeah, give it a nobility check.
Can I roll for a different one? Because I don't have an ability. That was my idea. He has an ability, and I'll do something else.
What do you think you're gonna do?
I was thinking. I mean,
A 40. I rolled a 15. I have plus 15 there and add 10. So for once, I'm actually a good noble.
I'm gonna roll now.
What was the total? Sorry.
A 40 was the total for that roll. And the total value of all the gems together is 879 gold pieces.
Okay.
And then a 19 knowledge nature, just like the nature of these gems.
Well, yeah, there's a decent range here from Mirok. There's a range of, the extremely rare diamonds down to the extremely common quartz. They all seem to be fairly well cut, though even in the pairs are unequal. None of these have they're not. Everything is sort of all over the place. It's a mishmash of gems. So, yeah, you're kind of drawing a bit of a blank. Most of the jewelry you've seen has either had some symmetry or everything was made out of one type of gemstone in a singular type of setting. For Yanni, looking at this, you're gonna probably want something that is out of the ordinary, as far as you don't want to do a circlet or a necklace or something, because again, you don't have symmetry in this. And you are thinking back, what kind of thing would this work well in? And thinking about a collaboration with Mark LaFlette and some sort of jewel smith, if he could make an embroidered sash where the gemstones are set into the sash, that they take part in whatever the scene that is being sewn into this sash, so that you're not just giving a piece of jewelry, but you're giving a piece of artwork, like a wearable tapestry. You remember seeing one of the, fashion conscious countesses that at a function when you were little, wearing something like that. But now you're in the situation where you have this guy who is a fashion designer doing a collaboration with a jewelry crafter, and that's where your mind goes, is that a singular, unique piece of artwork that combines thread and metal and jewelry.
Oh, I love it. I articulate that to the assistant as best as I can with my -2 charisma modifier.
So we got jewels.
Right, but with your tiers to wine plus 10 on all intelligence checks, you very clearly explain it in a sort of overbearing way.
Oh yeah, I'm nitpicking the shit out of this.
Someone who is an exemplary seamstress, as though she has no idea what you're talking about. Mark LaFlette is the best in town, but his assistants are still very, very good tailors and sewers and what have you. So she says, okay, can you put a 200 gold piece down payment on the work, and then Mark will let you know what the final total will be?
Okay, Mirog, can I have some money, please?
Just in front of the assistant.
Yep. No shame. Just hey, you're the money guy.
It is probably not uncommon for rich people to come in here
Oh yeah.
and say, "Oh yes, Jeeves, money please."
Yeah. Mirek says, "Yeah," and then he looks at the attendant. He's like, "Do you have like a commode or like a back room somewhere?" And
She looks at you and says, "Where do you keep the money?"
I just need to know if you have a commode.
Well, first off, you've been in several commodes, and none of them have enough room for a 10 by 10 foot portable hole to be open inside.
Okay. Maybe he's got some stuff.
Just have two attendants. Just like,
No, he doesn't have like a baseball.
Yeah. So I perceive she's being difficult, so I was going like, I'll be right back. And I walk outside and I go into like a nearby adjacent alley, and I'm assuming that there's still just people just fucking throwing cups into the wine barrel. And I just fold out my portable hole and just clamber in there, and scoop out some shekels, and then fold it back closed. And I come in and I hand him 200 gold pieces, and I look at Yanni and I say, "Don't tell Uhtred."
Don't tell who?
Uhtred.
Oh yeah. What? The only thing I tell him is how much ass he sucks. Don't worry about that.
I would not be very happy.
Okay.
200.
That's the down payment.
And what jewels are going? Are all the jewels going into it, or just one? I missed.
No, I want them all in there. I got weird with it. I got into like looking at rocks and all the, the symbolism with the rocks, and there's a theme to all of it. Wheels are turning up here.
What do you mean the symbology?
Symbolism. What you're looking for, Glenn, is symbolism.
Boondock Saints.
Psychology is the study of cryptographs.
Yeah, maybe it's anything in different contexts.
Anything means anything at all. Everyone is everything.
I mean, like symbology is also like a key in a map.
Symbology is also the study of brass percussion.
I'm just trying to make a
It's
cool
also-
Boondock Saints reference here, guys. We're getting.
It's also just in Boondock Saints too, so you guys can stop like looking at the dictionary.
I was just thinking about Dan Brown and his shitty string of novels.
What shitty shit in novels? Do you mean that incredible book series that's been made in multiple successful movies?
Tom Hanks is a treasure.
Apple. APPLE. Cool. Yeah, and that's like 600 gold pieces of value in those gems, Yanni?
Yeah, just under 900.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that just like bag of gems appeared in my hand during or at the end of the game, the poker game.
Yeah. Also, in that poker game, appearing.
We're his most exclusive clients.
Appearing
Yeah.
in Uhtred's possession is a Type 2 bag of holding with 100,000 copper pieces in it.
Yes.
Oh, Dan, I know this is a down payment, so it probably doesn't work, but I do have 20% off all shops for the next month.
Okay. Yeah. I'll figure that into the final cost.
Sweet. Look, I'm saving us money, guys.
Nice.
Hey, man.
Fucking awesome.
Spending it on bullshit.
Largo,
Yeah.
your next loot split, you get a 300% share.
And I think Uhtred did too.
Thought about this a lot, trying to figure out what the best way to do this was.
Yeah.
But your last split of loot was you each got a wish.
Ooh.
So Largo, you just have kind of 2 wishes kicking around.
I have 2 wishes that can be granted on the prime material plane, or do I have to call these people from the water?
I'm gonna say that everything happens. You come back to the Cordesia state. You do, and you're like really getting into all of the auras that you can see, and then you didn't notice it before, but you can just see these 2 tiny points of intense light that are just kind of going around your head.
The spell wish. I have 2.
It's been cast, and it's just waiting for your wish to be spoken aloud.
All right, sweet. With intention, right? not just me sleeping.
Oh no, if you say I wish.
Okay. All right. Well, wow, that's pretty exciting. That's pretty exciting.
That's fucking legit.
You do notice that they are fading.
Okay, so I got to
That these aren't something that you'll be able to hold in perpetuity.
All right, I'll give you the answer by the end of the session.
Yeah, for fucking 300% loot split. Well, at least that gets rid of all of the stuff that happened in your hand. I don't have to worry about Largo anymore.
So 300% is including the initial loot. So it's
Right, he gets a 300%.
300%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all got 100% loot split. He gets 300%.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, I need to figure out my limited wish. I was looking a while ago. I think the best thing to do with that is just use it in combat, because it doesn't seem to have as as wild as a wish does.
Yeah, I mean, you can use it to give yourself to like just about any buff or a heal or all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah.
You probably, the best use for you is just to cast a spell.
Cool, but do I have any sort of idea that it is fading away as well, or is it less restrictive?
I'll say for you, it takes the form of a small glass bead with like a glowing swirl of magic inside of it. So it's just something it's taken a physical form. You know that when you crush this between your fingers, it will activate.
Cool.
Oh, just Uhtred did get a +2 charisma bonus.
For the month or just permanent?
Permanent.
That's permanent, yeah.
Nice.
So your charisma is now up to 7.
Yeah.
Which makes me the least charismatic member of the group. I'm at 6 now because I dropped another one from that game.
Damn.
Yeah.
I think also I lost the beat up the next person I meet for whatever that was, since I've met people.
Yeah.
I'll mark that off my list.
I think the next person you met, you were supposed to beat up, so it worked out.
No, the next thing that he met was the megalodon that was swimming in the aquarium. That was the next creature that he came across.
Oh.
Where they acknowledged each other.
So it's just like a megalodon that hates him now? No.
It's
He
defeat
just
the
wanted-
next creature you meet to get a +1 bonus to any ability score. So he would have had to swim out and beat the megalodon to death.
Which he would have ended up literally paying for.
Yes.
You killed our shark.
Yeah. And there's one other thing for Yanni, but that's going to come down the road.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that.
Okay. So anything else at Marker Flats?
I'm good. Yanni, you good?
I think I'm good. We've made the down payment. I'm gonna have a really cool embroidered sash made. We go see Bort's little buddy now, right? Erica, I think is her name.
Yeah. I guess Bort's been with us this whole time. Yeah, we're gonna go see
Bort's
Erica.
outside drinking.
Yeah, sir.
Actually, Bort's outside selling the wine.
Yes.
Yeah, that checks out.
Cool. So we come out. I imagine the barrel's probably mostly gone at this point. I'm like, all right, Bort, gotta go see Erica. Let's go. Then we head over that way. Okay.
All right. You guys head to Erica's Emporium, and Bort and Erica have their little schmooze dialogue
Mhm.
that I'm not gonna do both sides of.
Cute.
You and Mirok stand there awkwardly waiting for that to transpire. And then Bort finally segues into, so you said you had some books about dragons. My associate here would really like to peruse.
I say, hey, Erica, because I've met Erica many times. Do you have any books on, well, I mean, specifically dragon anatomy would be the most helpful. Also types.
She says, well, I've asked Marcotte about, dragon books, but you know how he is with that. So I did get some. I don't have a huge library, but I have three books on dragons that cover a lot of the stuff that he refuses to carry.
Okay.
So she just pulls out the 3 books, and the majority of the information in these is like how to slay dragons, and it specifies on chromatic dragons, as most people aren't trying to slay metallic dragons, or most people in polite society aren't trying to slay metallic dragons. But one of the books just is more of a anatomical exploration of dragon anatomy and how arcane magic interacts with because given their size and weight, their wings would have to be 5 times larger for them to actually fly. There's a bunch of different stuff about that physically it doesn't make sense, or engineering wise it doesn't make sense, but dragons are magic, so fuck you. But in more arcane study terms. And there is not so much specific information about mercury dragons and their vocal cords and stuff like that, but more generalized information about certain aspects of different dragons are intrinsic to their life force, and how most of the book says how to damage them and henceforth kill the dragon, but you can kind of reverse engineer some of that information as to how to avoid.
Don't do this.
So with that book, you do see some information that you think is useful and worthy of study for the operation you intend to perform on the Gideon.
Cool. I asked Erica. I hold up that book. I'm like, now this book is great, Erica. You did a great job. How much are you willing to let it go for?
Jeez, well, I don't want to sell they're mine, but you can borrow it.
Oh, Erica, I see why Bort likes you so much. Then I give Bort a wink.
So yeah, any friend of Bort.
Well, apparently I'm an associate. But thank you. I'll return your book within the week.
Okay.
Cool. Johnny, you got anything you need from Erica?
I mean, the only thing I could see myself doing is buying Bort's usual amount for him so I could get it at a slightly reduced rate. But I think we like Erica enough to not take advantage of that deal. So I think I'm good.
All right. We leave and let Bort buy his drugs in peace.
Oh yeah, as you're leaving, Erica's more. She's asking about what adventures you've been on, and Bort starts regaling her with a very Bort-centric version of the Dalinad's retreat.
I mean, the ending was very Bort-centric. Cool. Well, I'm just going to head back to the Cordessi estate and read this book and clear out the space in the basement, clean it, And then get my list of spells ready that I want to use.
I have an answer for you.
Okay.
So I kind of have two options, and I'd like to bring them to the group.
For your wish spell.
Yeah. Option number one.
Don't use the word.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Option number one is Mage's Private Sanctum on the Cordessi estate, permanency. That means we cannot be scribed upon in the Cordessi estate. So we know the Cordessi estate is 100% safe. That would be both of them, because it would be the Mage's Private Sanctum and then permanency. That would be both.
Do you want
wishes.
counterpoints?
Yeah.
Largo's mansion does that. We take it everywhere we need with us.
Okay.
And also we're renting this place. We don't know it.
Cool. So probably not that one.
And
now,
half of the party lives in Tarnal.
now the other one, right? I was just thinking that would be more of a boon to the party. The other one is create demi-plane permanency.
Okay.
And Largo's leaning towards that. And you can tell because he smiles just like I do when I say it.
Yeah, and then I just have this map. And so that would be, what is the size of the demi plane?
I calculated it out. If it was, it would be 2,000 square feet. If I requested it was cast at 20th level.
So, and then but then that's a different plane.
Yeah.
Could you get to it?
Yeah.
No.
You could.
I could.
There.
So you're gonna make yourself your own plane.
Yeah, but
That you need me to get to.
Yeah. That again, it's for the party.
Largo, could I offer some advice?
So the best thing with 2 wishes is a permanency.
Of something. Sure.
You're keeping in mind the party, which is fine, but these are yours. So I guess what I'm saying is, feel free to treat yourself.
And Uhtred here,
So,
if I may as well, Uhtred hears that, remembers the 2 wishes he got, and he had to bring a fucking squirrel back to life. And
We have never brought a squirrel back to life, you raving lunatic.
it was a groundhog. I had to bring the giant
bat.
beast.
You wish you didn't use a wish for that.
yeah.
You
I used
definitely
back
did not
here.
wish for that.
Yes, I
You
did.
wished for the poker game to not happen. I don't remember anything about a wish with the badger.
You wish for the poker game to not happen,
Which
and then
he
you
does not remember wishing for the poker game to not happen because the poker game didn't happen. He didn't get that wish.
Yeah.
and yeah, so that blows your tits off. And then you wished for Mirok to be alive because Bort killed the shit out of him.
Yeah, he did do that. But
I wasn't very jealous.
so Uhtred's point, at least he can use the Mirror one, he can't use the poker game one. But Uhtred's point is when he used a wish, he used it on other people in the party. Is that your
Which
point?
brings me to Uhtred's final argument.
Okay, cool.
The axe return.
For fuck's sake, no.
I'm gonna be honest, I feel like you fumbled it on the 1 yard line there.
Well, it was my last ditch effort. Well, I could.
So plane shift is a spell that I can fucking take.
You could, yeah. I like
I
the
will- I will
like, maybe
also-
it'll be like
Generally speaking, and obviously, you could get this. At the you're gonna get wish fairly soon.
Yeah.
But it's going to cost money.
Right. And now it doesn't cost
And
any
right
money.
now, it doesn't cost any money. Honestly, the best you're gonna get out of wish right now is inherent ability score bonuses.
Yeah, I was looking at
So
that
if
too.
you cast those
It's like a
in
+2.
succession, that's going to be +2 to any ability score you want.
And it would be charisma.
but at this point is that working?
That will not work because you got the +2 manual of,
Yeah, the tones.
so you cannot raise your charisma. You could raise any of your other ability scores, or you could raise the ability scores of somebody else in the party.
You can get yourself more hit points.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, Largo would have thought of that. I forgot.
That's why I did. But that literally would have no help with the draft.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, totally. No, decision made. So now we just have to figure out how to phrase it.
To wish for a forest to grow.
To wish for a fey forest to grow.
Oh, that's your own curveball. I don't know.
Oh, I think you're getting
Not
into that
when you
situation.
go outside the bounds of the standard.
But you said like he could go there and he could wish like I wish a forest will grow here, and it might speed things up. It's not going to erupt out of the ground.
Now here's the thing. Can I use these two wishes to create a demi-plane that is so close to the prime material plane that there is just a gateway to the heartwood in a 100-foot diameter area?
Like in Yalagir.
In Yalagir, right? So there is a gateway, there's an interdimensional gateway, and once you step through it, there is a beautiful, lush, fey forest that is 2,000 square feet.
Well, so here's the thing. There's a spell called Fey Gate, and you could cast that spell and permanency that spell and open a permanent portal to the Fey realm.
To the Fey realm, though. See, that's not what I want. I want
if you want a permanent demi-plane, and then you want a permanent gate, that's 4 wishes. That's 4 separate spells.
See, what I'm thinking is maybe I create the heartwood in the form of a demi-plane, and then I expand it and make a crazy fucking gateway to the heartwood in Yalagir.
I don't know. It sounds like that. You need to think about it more.
I'm not sure I do need to think about it more. I think I want to create picture Nagrand, when you're getting to get to level 70, you're level 67 or something. The floating islands. I want that, an upside down mountain kind of form with roots, hanging down into nothingness. And a beautiful, beautiful, lush, deciduous forest in the form of a permanency demi-plane.
All right.
That we can figure out how to, as long as there's a way to get to it. If it's Mirok that has to get to it, that's fine. But then what I want to do over the course of level 20 and greater is create a radius in the Yalagir area that once anybody, no matter what, once they pass through that, they unknowingly go into the demi-plane that is the heart.
Okay, I mean that's a long-term goal.
Yes,
that's going to require several more spells.
Absolutely, but this is the seed.
Okay.
The seed of the heartwood.
Okay.
2,000 square foot, lush, which I know is not huge, but beautiful. And it says a property of the demi-plane is that it conceivably never ends because you can walk forever in it.
Okay, so it's effectively a forest.
Yes.
So
So how do people get out of it?
Up on the south, and when
Yes.
you go east, you end up on the west.
Yep. It seems completely endless. It's absolutely beautiful. There are small eddies, and there's a stream running through it, and it just seems like this endless magical forest. But it's only.
How does your axe return?
No, that's a good point. If it's a Taurus, he could throw his axe on that plane.
And it would return to you.
Ah!
So I did it for you.
Nice.
As long as you can throw the axe 100 feet,
And also
it'll come
turn
at you from the other side.
Yeah, turn
And
around.
I'm unfamiliar with this fucking level of magic, create demi-plane. I'm trying.
So, Largo, what happens when you make this gate and some rando just walks through it and ends up in the woods? They can't get out.
Well, I will put
Someone is
certain.
inspired to write Midsummer's Dream.
I will put certain. Yes, it is a fucking realm of chaos. My demi-plane is aligned chaotic good. So it will be like a maze and a puzzle, and they'll need to figure out how to get out, unless they're with me.
How they end up?
All right, so this is your plan.
This
This is your plan. All right, so when you create the demi-plane, you need to take Mirok with you because he needs to craft the tuning for it so that he can get back.
Yeah, I'll stick with that in the bathroom.
So you create the demiplane.
Yep.
You take Mirok with you.
Utterly beautiful.
He crafts a tuning fork, which for some reason is made out of wood.
I was gonna, I feel like it should be like a weird crooked stick.
Yeah. Roll a percentile die for me.
Can I go with you guys?
Sure. Ooh, that is a 99.
Okay.
I realized that I picked two doubles, but they're both 99s. So
All right.
worked out.
I want to go to a
Put an
volcano.
action.
I want to put as many as you think would be appropriate. All three.
You want to throw all three? In?
All three.
All right.
It's a big moment for luck.
In doing this, you tap into your divine nature,
Yes.
and the demiplane you create is far larger than it should be.
Nice.
And you can tell that it is coterminous with the Fey plane, that the barrier between it and the Fey plane is weak.
Okay.
And that means that through manipulations that you are probably capable of doing, you could probably travel from this demiplane to the Fey plane back.
Okay.
With teleports. But yeah, it's probably 5 times larger than it should be.
Damn.
And
10,000 square feet.
being
10,000
basically being basically coterminous with the Fey plane, it like the fake energy will cross over and you will get pixies and will-o-wisps and stuff like starting to just naturally occupy the space.
Mirok was so uncomfortable. I'm just like,
I'm like, yep. Solid forest, and then like a little thing floats by. I'm like, what was that?
I just go prancing after it.
Watch it come around. I'm gonna leave him here.
Largo, you mentioned that there were going to be rivers.
Yeah, there's like one river. A river runs through it.
It's more like a brook.
Okay, yeah. And then, you look around and there's like purple mountains, majesty kind of surrounding it. That's kind of an illusion.
He's knee deep in it, just fly fishing.
Fey plane on the edges of the plane.
Cool.
Yeah, he's fishing in your brook.
I'm just in it, knee deep, fly fishing, just like I belong there.
Yeah, you're one of the Fae.
Water fast moving. Look at steelhead here in the spring.
I look at you like you're crazy, and then just turn back and look around.
And you hear a voice in your mind say, "Oh, Largo, look at what you did! Such a good job in your first try."
I am fucking jumping, and like it's like I'm like hurtling around a maypole as a child.
With horrifying.
It's like
Weird eyes.
And then I say, I wish this was permanent.
Nice.
And she says,
I wish this to be permanent.
"I'm going to give you a gold aster." And you see a plant grow right in front of you, and it spreads open into a flower that's gold for some reason.
I hug it. And I go, "Mama!" And then, no, I can never get back here unless Mirok lets me. But I look around and like, do I get the sense with like some of my, let me roll a knowledge arcana, knowing that like, okay, if I take plane shift, I can get back here. So that's a 14 on the die, plus 21, plus 35.
Yeah.
I can get back here if I take plane shift.
If you take plane shift and Mirok makes you another tuning fork.
Cool.
Another one. Why does he need another one?
Because I'll need one.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I
I imagine Mirok's going to want to have his own.
to his fucking weird little demiplane. I don't know.
Dude,
I
this is
kinda
a
feel
very
like-
safe place for us.
I kind of feel like Mirok is a collector who wants to know everything.
Maybe a little bit.
Is my mom still like in my head? Can I feel her presence in the plane? I kind of call
Well,
out.
you can kind of always feel a presence.
I call out to baby kind of telepathically, and I explain to her my plans for the 100-foot border near Yalagare that will be a dimensional, that will be like some sort of like, you know, maybe only once on a full moon or like something special, right? You can pass into the Heartwood.
Very cool.
Like not forever, right? But just like something special has to happen and you will be able to pass into the Heartwood. So anyone who happens to be like hunting in that forest will be like, what the fuck? And then unless you intentionally traveled there, the duration is a day.
All right. And she says, that's nice, honey.
So probably impossible.
She just doesn't care.
She just doesn't care. Yeah, totally. All right, cool. So I'm
like,
like, she's driving the car, and I'm like,
you-
Mama, I'm in this photo. And she's just like, that's nice.
Well, no, like you made something. She's like, oh, that's nice. And then you're like, and I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do it. Like, yeah, okay.
Cool.
When I get home, I'm going to draw this, but it's going to be 100 times bigger. And she's like, yeah, sure, whatever. We don't have paper that big.
That's fair.
Tiny idiot.
When you do it,
Yeah,
she'll be excited.
I'll have to be level 20 at least.
That's cool. You made the Heartwood like in the most Largo way. It exists somewhere else.
But if my plan comes to fruition, it's the coolest version of the Heartwood.
Yeah, because people will show them, like, I heard about this wonderful place, but this is a horrible swamp. And it's like the moon comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, there's fake creatures and shit. And I'm there. Welcome to the Heartwood.
The military got in again.
Mirok always like gets so excited about shit that has to deal with Largo, and then so disappointed when you actually see it.
Yeah. Most diametrically opposed character than you.
You were so excited about the gnomish city, and then you got there, and you're like,
Yeah.
This place sucks.
It was awesome for a day, and then it was like, oh fuck.
And I was like, Mira, can we stay? You're just like, give me some more of those mushrooms.
I'm gonna sink the city.
God damn it!
No,
That's on you. You left a giant box out.
I wasn't just mad at her.
All right, Largo, what kind of fey fish is in this river? Or have I been killed by some kind of like crazy aquatic creature?
Yeah, it's like a 70-foot long lamp.
I looked at you when you asked that question, and I go, I don't know. Isn't it amazing?
I pee a little bit, but hey, I'm in the water. It's okay. And then I rush out.
I believe I did say, I don't know if I got to go with y'all, but I did say I wanted to go. So if I am there, I just throw the shit out of my axe.
Oh yeah, you're there. And I mean, if you can throw it 10,000 square, like 10,000 feet ahead of you, it will return.
No, it doesn't need that far. It's 10,000 square feet, so it's.
Yeah. Totally. He can go to the diet. He can go
So
to
it
the
was like,
smallest corner.
yeah, like you can assume it's like 500 by 200.
Yeah.
That'd be the easiest way of doing that math.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I can or not, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Do it. Fucking whip that thing, dude.
I just absolutely crow hop this bitch as far as I can. Do I need to roll something for that?
Roll a strength check.
Okay. That's a 31.
Okay. You take your axe and you chuck it, and it's just, and then chunk into a tree next to you.
All right.
It came back.
We bring all of our enemies here. We
I
fight
am
them.
never leaving.
I'm never leaving. He said. I say that warms my heart.
I think he's going to leave as soon as he realizes there's no hooers or beer. So
Beers.
I have beer on me.
And I hold up a stick. And I'm like, I could bring whores. Don't say it like I'm excited.
I whisper to you, please don't do that.
Please don't. That's the one thing. Like, look, this is a plane of chaotic good, but please just don't bring loose women. Come on.
In particular, whores that Uhtred has paid to bone him. That's not what this is
I don't
for.
think he's ever fucked anyone other than his wife.
Yeah, that's
all
true.
weird
He just likes him to
peacock
sit on his lap.
I like the attention.
Yep, that's what I mean.
They come.
And everyone's like, he's got money, but he has the personality of a dead fish.
He starts doing push-ups on him.
Yeah, that's personality on its own.
All righty.
Well, thank you for that indulgence.
So you return to the prime material plane from your private Denny plane. Mirak having crafted 2 tuning forks.
There's wood that the branches come together and they almost look like a heart. It's like a branch, just like that.
I'm going to write down a piece of wood on my inventory.
Yeah.
I will know.
Piece
of heart.
Is there any time dilation effects from coming here? Like, are we gonna fuck up and lose a month?
Nope, no time dilation built in. It's the same, time passes the same.
Okay. Upon returning, you hear another voice in your head. Largo. This is Alorn's voice.
Uh-oh. You saw what I did.
Oh, you're making dinner plans again?
And he says, oh, you're back on the prime material. There is something I was hoping you could help me with. It may be pertinent to the Trask issue.
As soon as I get that message, I look to the party and I say, join hands.
Let us go.
Okay.
Sim Sim Salabim. Bam. We're on Alorn's fucking front doorstep. I'm gonna knock. He's done this. Like Gideon does this. He's done this. I'm learning. I'm not fucking around. Here I am.
Okay.
Yeah, when we land in the front door, so here goes.
Yeah, I didn't say anything.
You land on the doorstep, you knock on the door, and then you hear Alorn behind you. He's like actually outside of his cottage. And
That's embarrassing. He's just like walking and just knock, and he's just like, excuse me. We're like, oh, hey.
I was hoping that you would come quickly, so I didn't want to be waiting inside. You can see Grevzedrin is just hanging around there, and Ludia is a little ways off over by the brook. Give me a perception check.
This changed, so I better check. Oh, no, it didn't change. 17.
17. Okay. So yeah, you can immediately kind of see the outsider aura of Grevzedrin. He's from another plane. You can see there's a bunch of magical auras around Alorn.
Yeah.
He's probably wearing at least half a dozen magic items. Ludia has a divine aura similar to yours.
Yeah, that's so the god of like innocence and forgiveness or whatever, that was the dead god that paladins.
Caitlin.
Yes, so she is the offspring of Caitlin. That is Trevor's theory. That is the fan theory.
But as you're kind of taking that in, I imagine Largo to an extent is kind of like, Alorn sees Largo drifting away, so he addresses Mirak. And he says, since the Tarask arrived, I have been in contact, or I had been in contact with an associate in Halderon, which is a snow elf city near the South Pole. I warned them. I told them to evacuate. And as you might be aware, my kind tends to be a bit stubborn and of high opinion of themselves. And after the third day, I could no longer make contact with my associate.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to remember the names of some of the other elves that I met there. I've been trying to contact different ones. And this morning I made contact with the valet of one of my associates down there.
Mm-hmm.
The Tarask had attacked the city, and it is destroyed.
Makes
There
sense.
are a scant few survivors, at least that Elen knows about. They could do with rescuing, and they may have valuable information. There is an issue. They are in hiding. Apparently, the nature of the Tarask creates a circumstance. The destruction of civilization must be complete. And in its wake, it leaves something that I think could be characterized as, or in my poetic way of saying things, I call them echoes of ruin. They appear to be some sort of necromantic constructs fueled by the souls of the destroyed that seek to draw any survivors into the same fate.
Uh-oh.
That's
Bubbles of evil.
really badass, but horrifying.
They are ghost-like creatures that seek out anything that survives the Tarask's destruction and seeks to make its efforts complete.
So we gotta go there right now.
Yes, as there's a few survivors with Ilen. There may be others in the city, but yes, whatever you could do to help these poor unfortunates. They may have knowledge that could be instrumental in your coming battle with the creature.
I suggest a greater teleport to Elaine's location.
Yeah. Merrick's all down for immediate teleport. What are you guys
This is
think?
the same day as you blew a bunch of spells messing with Uhtred and
That's true. We need to rest here before I can go.
Can we ask Elorn
And I
to
rest
rest
the teleport.
in his demi-plane that has slow time?
Aelorn? Oh yeah, he's got the deli
He's got the crafting room.
Yeah. Can we use your crafting room to rest in?
I suppose, but I'd like it if you could hurry as quickly as you can.
I think emotionally
rest,
our
yeah.
characters would want to go, but I think intellectually as players are like, well,
Largo's just second guessing himself to make it a 1-to-1 ratio of time in the demi-plane he just created.
no, I think that's true though. Like, I mean, imagine like a nice little kid visits your demi-plane and they come back and like oh, I missed 2 weeks of school while I was here.
Right.
My parents are dead.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it would be the opposite, right? A week passes in the demi-plane, but it's only a day in real time.
Oh, okay.
But still, I don't want people to freak out. That's not my goal. So I don't want them to think like, oh my gosh, I have to survive a week in here. Like, where am I going to get food from?
Or do we think that they're currently safe? Could we get there and just, evaluate, try to rest, and then go out and look for them, right? Like,
Well, I think what he's saying with these like necromantic ghosts is that they are moving through the space, right? It's like I think there's a good chance we encounter something dangerous.
And how quick that up is not in the
8
craft.
times in the crafting room. So
And
you're.
if I may,
I mean, he's not like, oh God, please no, go right away. He's just kind of like, this is
You do
time
it in an
sensitive.
hour.
Yeah. What are you gonna say,
And-
Glenn?
I was just thinking. I mean, as Ucher is one of clearly the smartest players in the game.
Yeah.
He reverts back to what knowledge will these people give us that we don't already know?
well, they have firsthand
And-
experience with the Tarrasque.
Right, but we still have other, like, we have heads to chop off, we have daggers to collect, we got like all this other stuff to do.
Well, this is definitely heads to chop off. I'm assuming they had
Right.
a head.
I'm just saying, it's like, I'm just putting that out there. Like, we know how to kill it.
Yeah. But and this is I think Eric will chime in here. We know how to kill it. We hope to kill it, but there's a civilization that's right on the edge of collapse, right? Like some people made it out, they can rebuild, they can survive. But if we don't get there, that civilization, that culture, that knowledge is gone. Like that's Merrick's perspective.
Any discussion that is worth having, Largo pipes up, is worth having in the crafting.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's the difference between like, an hour and 30 minutes or an hour and 15 minutes that we're
So
actually
you said
talking.
it's 8 times faster. Just go in there and sleep. We'll see you in an hour and we'll go.
Yep.
You're like, it's midday. You're gonna need to spend like 2 hours for like you to have a full 24-hour cycle where you can.
And I
get
mean,
your sleep.
Ucher even
So I need
I
to
would
stay on a prime material.
raised that.
Well, no, like it's not an hour in there. You're gonna have to spend 2 hours
Okay.
to get like 16 hours to like complete your day because you can't just take an 8-hour rest, cast all of your spells, and then 15 minutes later take another 8-hour rest. You can only regain your spells once per day. And work time's getting wonky and weird, but you still have to like experience a 24-hour day to get your spells back.
So I think the move is we all go into that crafting space now and carry on whatever conversation we need to carry on in there.
Yeah.
And then that way, just like if we, whatever our decision is, if we decide to go, then we're not wasting real time, we're wasting equipment time.
If the status changes, Alorn can come get us, right? If it becomes an immediate situation.
Yep.
Okay.
What's that?
All right, let's go to the crafting room.
Cool.
Okay. You guys go to the crafting room. Is there any more conversation you want to have about this, or?
Yeah, I agree with Mirak that we need to go there.
I say we need to go there immediately. Does anyone wait? Like any character think we need to wait?
Dan, you don't have to help me, but like I know I spent, however, I have 38 rage bonuses or whatever. How long do I need to wait before I'm back up?
Same thing. You have to like experience a full day,
Okay.
go to sleep, wake up, feel refreshed. That whole thing.
Yeah, we need to do that. So that is, in Largo's mind, that is immediately. It's us spending a full day in here and then resting and then go.
Yeah.
So 2.5 hours of real time.
So strategy, they're ghosts, right? What do we need to do to fight ghosts effectively?
Oh, I can fuck that ghost.
Yeah, Uhtred can actually hit ghosts.
Yep.
So that's cool. If they're necromantic, any of my healing spells are effectively like harm spells. Channel positive energy is channel negative energy, so I can do some stuff like that.
I think Otis can do some damage.
Otis can damage too. Yep.
I can damage them with many, many things.
Can Bort or Yanni do? I mean, they might be corporeal.
Yeah, give me a knowledge religion check.
Have some wine first.
That was a 10, right? Or 12. Okay. 44.
Okay, so from what Aelorn described, you're getting the sense of incorporeal, which you learned a little bit about, your new form and how that works. That if it's not magic, it's just gonna pass through them. That magic is going to do half damage. That any magic damage, so like any elemental damage, is going to do half damage. Force damage will do full damage. Positive energy damage will do full damage. Ghost touch weapons or abilities will do full damage.
Does anyone have a spell to give me ghost touch?
Well, so what I'm wondering is, I can extend the range of my spells. And I think we said that touch is now close.
When you use reach,
Yeah.
then if you raise it by 1,
Mhm.
you go up by 1 distance category. Touch to close. 2, you can move it by 2.
Does that affect personal? That's what I'm curious. Okay, then never mind. I was thinking I could cast like a ethereal jaunt on him, and then maybe since he's coterminous, he could hit them.
No.
Okay.
That would just put him on a different plane.
What? Okay. Not a bad option, Yanni. You want to go
Hey,
see?
I'd just be chilling.
Incorporeal does not mean ethereal.
Can I roll a knowledge arcana to see if I know how to craft a ghost fetch weapon? I don't want to metagame. I'm just looking at.
I mean, the thing is, like, is there a spell that allows you to put ghost touch on a weapon? I mean, I imagine it would just be force. Using force to.
So I can actually do yeah. So I can do that with my shadow evocation. I can make their shit force.
How do you do that?
Uh,
What spell are you gonna use?
yeah. So let me look at
I
that.
think there might be a spell, but.
So I don't really have to be in here for any reason. Crafting room, like I don't need to rest. I'm good. I haven't used anything. So I mean, like I could pop out and ask Aelorn, be like, "Hey, you got anything that helps me, like ghost touch?" Or
No, that's a good idea.
I feel like he would be a good resource. So yeah, I'm just gonna pop back out.
I'm also going to very quietly approach Bort one-on-one and be like, hey, it's like, do your demon swords, do they think they could stab ghosts? I say like,
Says, hold on, let me ask him.
okay.
Yeah, they totally do that.
Cool. I walk away because I fucking like his swords.
Yeah. No, one of them does the tactical acumen, and then the other one turns both of his swords into force swords.
Okay, cool. So we got Bort sorted. It's really just Yanni we need to work out.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately for Bort, you can't crit ghosts. Or so you can't crit them. You can't.
Sneak attack him.
So you can hurt him, but
Right. He's much more dull.
his big damage is going to be handicapped.
I don't have anything that. Yeah, I don't have anything that can make someone else's shit do force damage.
Yeah, then I'm gonna pop out of that demi-plane and ask Aelorn if he has any ideas. Because currently I've just got like, I think I do like 4 magic damage and then I do a d6 of acid. So I think that's the only damage I can do, and that's going to be halved with each attack, right? So
Yeah.
he tells you there is there's an evocation spell called Force Sword. Perhaps that Largo can try to focus some of his effort into creating that in the form of brass knuckles instead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that would be a possibility. Because yeah, it's
I'll
a
let
plus
you do it
one
if you
long
use a
sword.
higher level spell slot.
Okay. So greater shadow evocation.
Well, it's Force Sword is a level 2 spell. So I mean, yeah, it'd still be for you. It would be
Just be a shadow evocation spell. So
But
yeah, I
you need
can, okay.
you need to cast it twice to make a brass knuckle for each.
So I can do that in one round. Quicken one of them.
What's the time limit on that, Largo?
You would just have them.
17 minutes per
Yeah,
level.
you're fine.
Oh, so I'm just like, so we could do that before we went
Well,
in.
that's 17. 1 minute per level, 17 minutes.
Yeah.
17 minutes total. Yeah.
So yeah, I can just outfit you with those. So yeah, Force Sword, I was like, yeah, plus one long sword. But yeah, if you want to make them brass knuckles, and I can make them brass knuckles, then hell yeah. I was just plane shift plus create like a crafting skill equals a ghost touch weapon.
So if we could get that in before a fight, I think it's worth it. But if you're like burning your entire round to do it, I question if it's worth it.
It's 100% worth it, and it's only one round.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely worth it.
100% worth it because I can quicken one of the shadow evocations.
All right. Any other thoughts or concerns?
Let's go fuck up some ghosts.
Yeah, let's go fuck up these ghosts. After hanging out in a demi-plane workshop for a day.
Yeah, let's go take a hard nap and then fuck some ghosts up.
The best part of fighting ghosts is getting a good night's sleep.
I say that all the time. I get so many weird looks. Thank you.
Otis has been ahead of us for a while. He's been snoozing.
He's been snoozing.
Glenn, you were asleep an hour ago. Okay, let's not
Yeah.
cast stones.
He didn't want Otis to be lonely and draw me dreamland.
Otis looked that comfortable. Just put Glenn out too.
Do either of your dogs do that weird thing where they kick a lot in their sleep?
One Avorn's
Yeah.
suggestion.
Yeah. I hate it. Sorry, go ahead. We're just talking about dog.
One thing about Alorn's suggestion that I think we should double check as far as numbers go is I would look up Force Sword, and I'll look it up as well, but it's a +1 long sword. That's what it counts as. It might be better for you to just do fucking half damage to these things. It's a level fucking 17
Well,
monk.
it's at level 13, it gets up to +3.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good.
Which I think right now your fists are what, +4 or +5?
It's +4.
Okay. So full damage or half damage with a +1 to hit, basically.
Yeah, so it's worth it.
All right.
And
So,
and
yeah.
they're since they're brass knuckles, he'd still get to use his monk damage for as far as like what dice he rolls.
Yeah.
I would say though the one thing that might that needs to be considered is they're going to be the size you create them as. So they will not resize if he gets bigger.
Oh yeah, so they'll just cut your fingers off.
Well, I mean, it's like Yanni can choose whether or not he goes righteous might.
Yeah.
And you can choose to create them as large, and he can't use them until he's righteous might, or you can choose to make them normal size, and he just shouldn't go righteous might.
How long can you go righteous might?
What's the limit on that, Dan? I don't know if we covered that.
It's a round per level.
Okay, so it's the same as my brutal assault.
Same as-
17 rounds.
It's non-sequential, right? So I just think, yeah, you just fucking carry these fucking brass knuckles around until you go righteous might, and go righteous might every chance you can, and then hopefully we don't run into anything else.
It's once per day.
Yeah, I can't cycle that. I can only go into that once per day, but I can like rage cycle.
Okay.
He should probably just stay normal, Yanni.
I think that's going to be the easiest thing to do.
All right. Well, yeah, we can do that then.
So that'll have me I'll be doing 2d10 plus 20 that way, and instead of 48 plus 22. So, I mean, it's a little bit of a difference, but I think we'll be fine.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, Largo's fucking ready. You're out taking a piss.
Pooch ready.
Okay.
It's important to drain your bladder before you go fight ghosts.
I just did, yeah, I understand.
See, that's, battle wisdom.
Common wisdom, yeah.
So Largo, you weren't there for the Mark Laflette visit. So I am very enthusiastically describing to you this embroidered sash I'm having made.
I am practically crying with enthusiasm.
So I figured that would get you in a good headspace. Now I'm going to hit you with a question.
Okay.
Would you be willing to perform a song at the royal wedding in a show of good faith to the Nokiri people?
I take your hand in my small little hands and say, Johnny, I would be honored.
I pick you up and like just hug you as hard as I can.
All right, I take 3 damage.
I couldn't believe in a scenario where Yanni says, "Would you be willing to perform a song?" and Largo doesn't say yes.
Immediately.
Especially because I have a plus 26 to my perform. It might make that little gnome bitch never want to kill anyone again. My beautiful song might.
Yeah, maybe. Alrighty. So, Aelor explains to you that you're going to Halberon. As far as, greater teleport goes, you know where you're going. The magic will figure out the rest. You should be able to arrive there without error. That being the case, he has no idea where in the city the refugees are. And even, what information the city's been heavily damaged. So you're just going to arrive somewhere and you're going to have to look.
Okay.
He does tell you that there is the woman he was speaking with. Her name's Elen. She was the valet to Planeskeeper Fenelon, who was Aelor's associate. With that knowledge, you might be able to sending her and get the right person. Magic is funky. And then maybe if you don't know where they are, or trying to find them, what have you, she can help direct you.
Cool. We ready to do this thing?
Let's do it.
Are you guys gonna buff before you head off on your?
I was thinking we
obviously
arrive. I thought we were gonna arrive and then buff.
Let's arrive and then we'll do Heroes Feast and just sit in the frozen tundra while we eat for an hour.
A fair point.
Well,
Largo puts his hands at his sides.
I mean, there's a bunch of buffs that you guys do that are hours per level.
Ghostbusters.
saving the day. This is me just playing one with Buffalo. Just saving you.
All right.
So long as Huey Lewis gets his royalties.
This is actually Oresi. Where the fuck that is? You get some. Heroes Feast Tears to Wine. I cast 9 lives on board, I think. I just want to check.
Yeah, that was the.
Yeah, Heroes Feast, 9 lives on board. Moment of Greatness on Uhtred. And then I stopped there because my other spells I need to cast at the start of combat. Otherwise, it's too risky to cast them this early.
Largo, can I get a fly?
Yes, you can get a fly. I will get a fly as well.
I don't even know this. I've not thought it. Can we mind link in case something happens and you're not able to speak to cast a spell? Can you still cast a spell?
Me? Yeah, I have silent spell.
But,
Right,
telepathic bond, I think, is part of our regular, litany of buffs we do.
Yes, it is. I cast telepathic bond. Anyone else need anything?
Just curious here, Dan. I don't know, but if we're going to Antarctica, right, to this colony.
It's a city. What about it?
Well, like, what is the element going to affect us? And like, will we be cold? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
That's a very
Life bubble.
It is. It's getting into early winter, and this is the South Pole.
No, good call, Glenn.
It's actually from
I
Alex?
add life bubble.
Okay.
Because that's what we used when we first went to the South Pole.
And I do mage armor on myself. Johnny no longer needs it, and I will do shield when I get the chance. Bringing my AC up to 32.
I like it.
Which is pretty good for a sorcerer.
Liquid sorcerer. Life bubble.
It's a touch better than Uhtred's AC.
Well, first one.
You got those 10 hit points for Heroes Feast?
I'm working on it.
I don't know why you got to yell at me. I'm just trying to have fun.
I don't know why you gotta jump up my dick when I'm just trying to roll a die here, man.
You were playing on your phone. You were. Oh my.
No, I was literally looking up Heroes Feast.
Oh, sorry.
And I will say, I rolled an 8 again this week. That's 2 weeks in a row on Heroes Feast, max hit points. So 2 caster levels, 16 additional hit points for everyone.
Nice.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, okay. Heroes Feast is active, 9 lives, Tears to Wine, 9 lives on board. Life bubble on everyone, and then Moment of Greatness on Uhtred. Well, I'm gonna send you this so you have it. Cool. Duration. Yeah, hours. Yeah, we're good.
Is that like one, or is it 2 hours per level, right?
Yeah,
So
split.
you're doing like 6 hours per person?
Yeah, I mean, so 17
6
levels.
hours and change?
Yeah. So that's 60. God, fucking 7 times 6 is 42, right?
Yeah.
What?
7 7's 49. 7 6 is 42.
Okay, cool. So 100. I have 102 hours to play with. Right, and then that's divided across 5 characters.
6.
Ooh, yeah, it is. 102. So yeah, 17 hours each. Right, 2 hours per level. 17 levels. 17 times 2. No, where did I get 100? 2 hours per level. No, I'm totally wrong.
Yeah, no, 102 would be.
No, I don't know why I made that jump.
What's the question?
I made like a weird math logic jump because I'm not great at math. It would be like 5.5 hours. Yeah. Yeah, that's much more reasonable. Actually, literally exactly 5 2/3 hours.
Yeah, where did
5 hours,
you?
40.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's, I'm
17 times 2 is 34 divided by 6.
I don't know.
Until I'm going to potty.
5 hours and 48 minutes.
5 hours 40 minutes exactly.
5 hours and
It was
48.
5.66.
Yeah, 5.66.
So exactly right. 6 is
0.75 would be 45, right? So it's going to be under 45.
Well, 0.66. would
Oh,
be
wait,
40
no, yeah. Okay,
because it's
yeah.
2/3 of an hour.
Yeah,
40.
that's what I was just saying for sanity check. Jesus Christ, man, why are you
I'm
yelling at me?
agreeing. We're agreeing.
Oh my God,
I'm leaving.
Largo, get me out of here.
I will turn this teleport around. We will go back to the Cordesi's thing.
How cold it's gonna be.
All right.
Okay. So, Largo casts Great Teleport. You all wink out of existence and appear on a clean sheet of white snow. You see a blue sky above you. The sun is low on the horizon to the north. And you, most of you sink a couple of, maybe like 1.5 feet into the snow. Largo, you probably don't weigh enough to break the ice sheet on
Me and
top.
Yanni are flying.
That's true. And so is Bort.
And yeah.
So it's just me.
Oh no, Utri.
Doesn't he have boots that like make him fly?
For a certain number of minutes per day. So
Yeah, you probably shouldn't waste those flies, Uhtred.
Okay. Yeah. So the 2 dwarves just go up to like their nipples.
I just got incredibly paranoid that the Tarrasque has set this up. It's an elaborate ruse. Can I like roll a perception check or something? See if I get a hint of this thing.
Everyone give me a perception check.
Perception.
11.
Do we have Tears to Wine up?
Yeah, you do. So
Oh, yeah.
you have a 21.
Oh yeah.
That is a 48.
Is it a trap?
No.
Just kidding.
What is Tears to Wine at?
10.
42.
Oh, I got a 48 too.
What?
Uhtred and I have 48.
Are you counting Tears to Wine?
Oh no, 52.
There you go.
Nice. I got like a 22.
All right. You're no longer taking a penalty to your perception checks.
Oh, I haven't factored that in yet.
Didn't you take like a minus to perception checks, or was it just like you can't see past?
I don't have it as a skill. It's the thing. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a will save.
Me.
Yeah.
Me.
Are you very sure?
Uh-huh.
Keep your dice out on my tray.
Casey, that's not my tray, bro. Missing anything? Will save. Yeah, 23.
So, yeah, everything up until now has been like stuff you're familiar with. So that has kind of tempered, but now you are in a completely alien surrounding and you can see the horizon.
Mhm.
You can, see colors, and you are, you get lost for just a moment in, something that you've never seen before in a way you've never seen before. but you refocus on the task at hand. Everyone gets they're scanning the horizon, focuses immediately on this massive structure that looks like a giant sphere of crystal briar that is just wrapped as though there were briar vines that are 30 feet thick that just wrapped around each other and created a ball maybe a half a mile across, and then those froze and turned to ice. Whoa. And there is just a huge chunk out of the bottom of it. You can see pieces of what's missing are littering the landscape around you. And some of these are thorns that are 10, 15 feet long. Just these massive ice spikes that have been scattered. And you're probably about a half a mile away from the structure.
Damn.
So it was an explosive and immense force that ripped that section of the structure away and sent pieces of it flying this far out.
We just live forever in my
Kill each other.
For Uhtred, Bort, and Yanni, the three of you can see some motes of movement in the shadow of the structure. These faint green wisps sort of moving behind and around and through these thick briar-like structures. And it's hard to make out details, but they do look like they're flying.
So I get the feeling those are the echoes that we were told about.
Is that right?
I mean, I would like to send to Elaine. I send to the conception of Elaine, and I say, name is Largo, friend of Aelorn. We are here. We see the evil. Where are you?
It says, you hear a voice, and it says, not talk common well.
Okay, sure.
Speak Elvish.
I was starting to speak English.
Like, Cass, do you say, like,
Yeah, I said she's looking for Elvish.
I mean, I know Elvish, I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check that for you.
I would be amazed if Elvish is not one of the ones you picked up.
Yep, it's on there. I
know Esperanto.
once you Dear Camino. It's fucking Saga. I was reading Saga and 3 comments in, I was like, they're freaking talking Esperanto.
Is it Esperanto?
It's Esperanto.
I had no idea.
Esperanto because they said the word Knabino, which is boy in Esperanto. I was like, what the fuck? It's Esperanto.
Damn, I thought it was like some just like fun, you know, semi-Spanishy thing.
Well, that's kind of Esperanto.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Sorry. Okay, yeah, if you tell me you make contact but she's speaking Elven, I cast Share Language Communal Elven on you.
Okay. I cast Sending again, and this will be the last time I cast Sending to her because I'm blowing through spell slots that give you brass knuckles. All right. And I say, the smaller thing is cooler than. And no, okay, so.
I can't go, it's not.
So your accent is rather dwarfish. No, I
Your
say,
accent's rather gnomish.
I say, friends of Aelorn, here now. We see the evil. Where are you?
She responds in what sounds actually like a Sylvan accent when she speaks.
Ooh,
Yeah, so you're getting this sense that, you know, these elves have been separated from, they have their own kind of dialect, and it seems to be influenced heavily by Fae.
Okay.
The Sylvan.
She's gonna be so stoked to meet me.
Yeah, you're literally Christ.
Yeah.
But she says, we're on the north side of the structure, under some of the ruins, in the Planeskeeper's basement.
Planeskeeper's basement. Okay. Well, here we go. If I need to send, I can. I have 4 5th level slots left. I need to expend 2 of them to give him brass knuckles. So I'm being very cautious about this. I relay that information to you, north side of building in the Planeskeeper's.
Do we have a sense of where that is relative to us? Because the sun's low on the horizon, but we're at the South Pole, and it's the winter. So I messed
that. I messed that up a little bit. It's mid-September.
Okay. But either way, it's still like we're
It's
the
still
fucking South Pole.
It's the South Pole. It's fucking cold.
Yeah.
I had that.
Like in another month, in another 2 months, the sun's just not going to rise anymore.
Right. So I guess what I'm asking is like, where is Northfield? We're like, oh, she's that way.
Right. We need Uhtred.
I mean, you can basically, Uhtred. Oh,
Yeah, I wanted to do a couple things just real quick. So, can I do a knowledge nature to notice the briar patch, or like, I don't know, I kind of like just.
Okay. Sure. Give me a knowledge nature check.
All right, that's a natural 19.
Remember I had 10.
That's my what?
What?
39. 42.
Okay. Soda time.
Double do?
No, it's not even due, dude. I did a Pepsi and now I'm on to a DP.
Oh, I didn't know you.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes you need a fucking soda, not a brown liquid.
He's down with the deep.
Yeah, dude. Let me.
No, don't acquiesce to that.
All right. So Uhtred,
It's gonna be DP.
I will be
while Largo is having his conversations, magically, you're examining a chunk of this briar, this frozen briar that's and you can see in it that this was somehow a living piece of wood. You can see the striations of the bark. You can see, even though it is purely made out of ice at this point, you get the impression that it was once wood and it was magically transformed into ice. Sort of like a flesh to stone spell, but like a wood to ice spell. And, it looks to you like a standard, briar vine that you would find just about anywhere, but the size of it is absolutely massive. So that would also suggest that this was somehow magically altered to be enormous compared to, what it should be. And obviously that shit could not grow here.
Yeah.
10th
So-
and 11th level spell.
I relay that to the group. I say, friends, that is a giant wood magic briar that has been turned to ice and greater in size. Let them know that. And then,
Which way is north?
and then I would do the knowledge geography, which not bad either. That's 25 plus 12
Merrick calls you a nerd.
for 7.
Okay. Yeah, Uhtred, you look at the sun, you point at the sun, you move like 20 degrees to the right of it, and that's north.
Yeah, how about heading?
Right, which puts the Halderon structure about due east of you.
By a half mile?
Yeah.
I let the team know.
I clap you on the back as we are fucking waist deep in snow, and I say, "Let's make haste." And then I cast Airwalk Communal, and you and I can just pop up to the snow level surface, so that we're not encumbered on our way there.
Largo, give me a Arcana check.
Dan, what do you have to cast that, or can I kind of just trudge through and make a path?
I mean, yeah, you could force your way through without problem.
I would die.
Sorry, was that?
28.
Is that counting the two?
Oh, shit. I keep forgetting that. 38.
Yeah, 38. Okay, so listening to Uhtred talk about that briar, looking at the structure, thinking about what you've learned and what you know, you immediately start connecting the dots and you're like, that was a flying city. Long, 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 long time ago.
Crash. I relay that to the group, and I'm so chuffed.
That you think that might have been a flying elven city that used to be wooden and stuff, but when the Folly canceled all of the 10th and higher level spells, it crashed here and they had to adapt.
Damn,
That's really cool.
I relay that to the group and say, how's that for some history? Wow.
I have flying cities. Makes my balls quake.
Just imagine you're just sitting in your house, and then it just falls out of the sky.
All of a sudden, gravity stops working.
That's on you for fucking putting your house in the sky, man.
And yeah, it looks like, because it looks like it was a sphere, and it's buried maybe a third of the way into the snow at this point. So it still has most of the sphere above the snow line, but yeah, and so it's probably about a third of a mile tall,
Damn.
and it's just this shining crystalline briar ball.
We must go. Largo starts trotting towards north.
There's a fell voice on the wind.
Or towards the city and then north. The north end of the city.
Roll d20.
2.
Okay, you did not dream last night. You still have wings.
Woo! Winging.
The frostbite's gonna be horrifying. It's gonna be really bad.
Like
No. Life bubble.
Oh yeah.
All right.
So you guys start to approach.
Are you ready to defend yourselves?
And you can see that, well, those of you who have points in perception can see that the that you're fairly certain that your dots of color and non-whiteness have drawn the attention of some of these floating green entities in the Briar structure.
Yeah, Daquan.
Though they do not seem to be interested in coming out of the shade of the structure.
Okay.
Okay.
So approaching, you can see that the section that was torn off is on the south side.
Yeah.
It's completely in shade.
Okay.
And that's where Elaine said that she was hiding out.
Hiding in the shade. They notice us moving across the white snow.
Well, like Bort's just a solid black
Yeah.
dot.
Yeah.
I mean, none of you are basically in white, so
How close are we? A couple minutes?
A half mile at a walking pace would be like just shy of 15 minutes. For Mirok at the slowest.
I cast invisibility mask, and then I cast major image 50 feet to the, well, 25 feet to the side of us. I create a group of 6 snow elves trudging through the snow, and each one of them I kind of
what do
mimic.
snow elves look like?
Snow elves. Well, it's funny to do that. They look like regular wood elves, except all of them have white hair and their skin is kind of blue, and they are wearing like white and brown coats.
All right, Dan, be honest. How close is he to what they actually look like?
Closer than I expected. However, the snow elves barely wear any clothes.
Well, these ones are wearing coats, and hopefully the fucking necromantic things seem to think that
We got him on the ropes. They're wearing clothes.
yeah. So we are invisible, though. Keyword, right? For 17 minutes, we are all invisible, and we're moving. And 25 feet to the right of us, there are each of us, but in snow elf form.
Are they like moving off in an arc, or are they just literally?
They're literally just with us.
But this is doing nothing to cover our footprints, though, right?
Well, so I'm airwalking. Uchid's airwalking. You
We're
guys are flying, so there
We're
are.
flying. Okay, yeah, that checks out. No
Yep.
footprints.
And the footprints exist like in the space of the major image, but obviously they're not real. So once it gets out of like the cube that the major image is in, they're not actually creating footprints.
So your fly is just a minute per level, right?
Yes. And so is Yanni. Yeah, so me and Yanni are just like, yeah, we're gonna run out of it as soon as we get to the thing.
Well, I mean, he could get there for sure.
Well, no, so fly. You can't fly any quicker. 60 feet.
Oh right, yeah.
I feel so slow as I fly.
As you move 60 feet around, while Merrick's just like, "Ugh. This is the height of speed.
So yeah, when we get there, essentially when this illusion disappears, or when our invisibility, disappears, we're not going to be flying anymore. I can cast it again, but just saying.
Okay.
Okay, so you start to get into the shade of the structure. As you're getting there you can see some of these echoes moving down to the edge of the shadow as you're approaching. And there are
Hopefully they fall for our trap.
Goddamn xenomorphs. Anybody? Oh, tiny features. So can you hold that, or Maggie's just gonna let there.
What the hell at?
What did you do?
When I get home cash, I'm just gonna be.
And
I'm like, hey, buddy.
in your spot too.
Yep. I typically grab him. I just flip him.
How
over.
many do we have there? 10?
Yeah. Do they seem to be paying attention?
But what is are you airwalking?
Yeah, I would airwalk him as well, because I would just give everything away if I wasn't. So that would change our duration significantly.
So many liquids. Wow.
There's so many liquids. It's we're still fine.
What would what's your marching order look like? Do you think? No, Bort's flying. I mean, I know Yanni and
I think. I mean, let me know what you guys think. So, like, this is our distraction cohort over here, right? So, in an ideal world, they all coalesce over here, and maybe someone bumps into one of them. I would prefer our most nimble boys to be over on this side because they're most likely to be able to get past that attention, right? It's like Bort and Yanni, and then our most slowly trudging guys, myself, Otis, Uhtred, Largo, over on this side. But what do you guys think?
Well, who's
Sorry, go ahead.
no? I was just gonna these. Like, who's gonna do the most damage to them?
Well, you're our heavy hitter here, bud.
Right, but so is I mean Otis can do some damage to these things.
I mean, yeah, I do think it's you because you can hit Ghost Touched. So, right, it's just your damage, right? I can do damage, but I mean, we all can kind of do damage. I think the lowest would maybe be Board, right? Because he's doing half, whereas Yanni is doing.
So hang on, that line, that Sharpie line, that is the shade, right?
Yeah.
So why don't we just wait until Largo's mirror image moves into the shade and see how they react to it? If they swarm it, whatever, then we can just like make our move on the outside of it. I just don't want to get like caught in the middle. They're not, I don't think they're going to come out of the shade.
We can stop and I can move the image into them.
So I think that's how I think that's the way to move forward. And then we can come into the shade after they've made a move.
So it sounds like our goal is our distraction cohort moves in, we swing wide.
Yeah.
What happens, and then we try to move past them and get to the survivors, or we try to ambush them?
I think.
I say we ambush them.
I say we move past them and get to the survivors. Because if this works, I can do this again.
True, but how are we going to get everybody out of here?
Mass invisibility, I'll need to check, but I can.
I mean, fucking gate. You have a gate, Rob.
Yeah, you have a gate. I have greater teleport. Like between the, we'll be able to get the fuck out of here.
So, I mean, so do we want to make that our priority? We get past them, we get survivors out, right? Because we're here for knowledge. So we get knowledge from the survivors, we get them out, and then we take these ones out.
If at all possible, I think we don't fight at all.
Well,
We need to fight.
this option as well, Largo. Can you or I don't know? Can you get rid of the shadow? Can you see what happens?
Right? Can we make this area an area of light?
Yeah. Can you cast?
Yeah.
Is that not actual sunlight though?
I can cast brightest light. I'll need to look up some of the spell descriptions. But
I got a sneaky suspicion nothing's gonna have any effect unless it is perceived as like legitimate sunlight.
Well, there's also another thing that we're just not gonna know. They're ghosts, so I don't know if they're gonna buy this.
They might not. Yeah.
So I think so. Like, right, let's not maybe put the cart in front of the horse. First step, they go in,
And we see what
we're
happens.
over here, we see
Yeah.
what happens. Yeah, and then if that works, we try to swing past them and get to the survivors.
I like that.
We
If
can,
it doesn't work, we have a walking sun named Uhtred.
yeah,
Yeah.
I can cast daylight on an object, which would be Uhtred's axe. And I can also cast wall of light. That wouldn't be daylight, but I can cast daylight on Uhtred's axe.
cast wall of light and create a pathway out for
Yeah.
survivors.
He can cast daylight by creating it out of shadow.
What the? Yeah, you're kind of you're a strange man.
Don't worry about me.
It'll work.
By God, it'll work.
All right. So I what is your orientation?
Okay, so right, so if we're sending them in here, who wants to be on our like right flank, which we hope would maybe be closest to the enemy?
Me.
I'll go over there with Uhtred.
So maybe like right, it's like we're maybe going in like this, like these are kind of peripheral guys.
And we should be staggered. They should be further ahead. The illusions should be further ahead than us.
Oh, so okay, let's maybe say
Put
something.
Otis with the casters.
Okay, all right, so we'll make like a little caster contingent over here.
Yeah, I like that.
And then we have our marshals on the flank, and then yeah, these guys are moving in to the shadow over here.
Largo, can you silently cast? Can you cast in a way as not to alert the ghost the force weapons on my hands?
Yeah, let me check the duration though. That's the key. It might be rounds per level, and if we're not in initiative, it is not worth it.
No, the force weapons are minute per level.
Minute per level? Okay, yeah. So let me see. I cast one of them silent quickened, and I cast the other one just quickened. And silent is +1, right? Or silent +2? Yeah, silent +1. So, all right. So that's 6 level spell slots. Burn 2 of them, and you now have. Well, because they were 5th level, but now they're 6th level because they're both silent.
I thought Shadow Evocation was 4th level.
It is a 5th level spell. Shadow Vacation.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's a 5th level spell, so 2 6th level spell slots, and now your fists function as we previously discussed.
That's your sentence of the day.
Yeah, that is completely nonsensical.
out of this context.
Yeah, we do not look.
Which is also a matter of he's like, hey, can you cast those things on me? And you're like, yeah, you're somewhere around here.
Yeah. Yeah, well, arcane sight. I go to the Yanni shaped.
Can you not see him?
No, you can't see an invisible aura.
Oh,
Even-
right, wrong.
Even
Invisibility
right,
is supposed to make you not visible.
but I can still see his magical items. The aura of his magic. No, I can't. So I was like, find me. Or I guess, yeah.
Yanni can see invisible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, come to me, touch me.
I would say, don't freak out. I'm about to touch you, and then
All
grab
right.
you with my hands.
I touch you back, and I say the important part is that you believe in yourself, because this is all fake. This is all fake.
And then I too, before we kick this off real quick, I do this because I can. I want to detect undead to make sure there's no more undead lying around waiting to come after us.
You detect a lot of undead. And all of these
So I
things.
detect-
Yeah.
but
You
no
don't
more.
detect any undead that you don't see.
All right, thank you.
You're undead. All right, so we're just gonna have to fight him, most likely, unless they're intelligent undead.
I can't detect that.
Well, now this is how we find out. Just push them through the shadow.
Do you want to be Bjorn?
No, I mean, not yet.
I'm gonna make one edit then. I'm gonna suggest we swap, right? Because if these are 2 healers, so we can split off and go heal marshes if we need to, and then you're in the back.
Yeah.
So you're approaching, you're letting the illusions approach first. And as they approach, you see a bunch of these bunch up over here.
Cool.
But when they get to about 30 feet, they lose interest.
They have some kind of life sense or something.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
living.
Yeah, they have normal vision, and they're like, ah, and then those things get close enough, and they're like, I don't see any life, and they're just standing there looking at the edge of the.
Can we sneak by them?
So I telepath.
If we want to not fight, then maybe Largo, you could now try the daylight on Uhtred's axe. See if there's a reaction to that going in there. But other than that, I think we're just gonna have to fight our way through.
Yeah, I think that's right.
The illusion spell is right about to end, so I'm gonna walk over to Uhtred's axe and make sure that I get the spell description right.
Which means you're going to say, Uhtred, can you like sink into the snow a little bit so I can see where you are?
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Everyone is invisible, and only one of you can see.
If you guys want, I can burn a couple rounds of my goggles and,
Lead me to Uhtred, Yanni.
yeah, just like bring him to Uhtred.
Okay.
All right, and then lead me to Uhtred's axe.
This is like
Okay.
a
Don't cut yourself, it's sharp.
Okay, and I'm touching Uhtred's axe, the broad end, and I cast daylight on it, and causing the object to shed bright light in the 60-foot radius. This illumination increases the light level for an additional 60 feet by 1 step. Darkness becomes dim light becomes normal light, and normal light becomes bright light. Creatures that take penalties in bright light take them well within the 60-foot radius of this magical light.
So that happens, and you see all of them kind of bunch up over in this area, but trying to maintain 60 feet distance.
Just Uhtred just walk solemnly through the fucking cone up behind you.
Bunch up, boys.
All right, so Uhtred, you start to move in, and they're kind of like moving around and jostling and setting themselves.
They get a will save.
Well, the thing is, once he gets to a certain closeness,
Yeah.
they just accept the fact that they're going to take penalties.
Okay. Cool.
Like, it's not going to keep them at bay constantly. It's just like you're in their domain now. You've entered the city.
Yeah.
They are here to destroy anything in the city.
But hey, we have an advantage as long as we stay in the light. So
Right. So I'm going to say that's like right about here. Yanni, you're flanking.
I end concentration on major image, so it lasts for another 3 years.
How do you want to
I mean,
when Uhtred is there, where's everybody else?
he said bunch up. I have life sense, so I can see him to that sense. So I'm right here. I don't know if Otis can smell good, but maybe he's like here.
I would assume Otis probably has my scent.
Has what?
Like would know, like has my scent or would know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? Like he can't see, but he's a.
I don't think he can smell Uhtred because there's life bubble. So you guys are all
That's a
like
good
surrounded
point.
by your own
Yeah.
like bubble of personal air.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
You're all marinating in your own sense.
Well, maybe not.
At this moment, I think it's fair to say that I plop into the snow, and so does Yanni.
You run
Yeah,
out.
because-
Fly.
fly's gone.
So if
I'll say. So who did you cast it on first?
I cast it on myself first.
Okay, roll a d10. You have that many rounds left, and he has one more than that.
3.
Okay. So you have 3 rounds of fly left, and Yanni has 4.
Okay, as we roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
Well, all right.
I got a good feeling about this.
I'm just really happy. I'm not rolling initiative for Uhtred. It's great having him.
Yeah,
It's great.
best I possibly could.
Okay.
I rolled like trash.
No.
That's a bummer. Dan, can I use an action die to reroll an initiative roll?
No, I don't think that's a thing.
Okay, just checking.
Oh, just checking. No, why? Oh, no reason.
You can use an action die to add to an initiative roll.
Yeah, it's a 1, so I don't think it's worth it.
You don't get any action dice, but you already spent all yours.
Oh, dumb plate.
No, it's perfect.
Okay, above a 15.
16.
I got a 17.
17 for Yanni. Okay, above a 10.
Ooh, actually, I got a 16 for Largo as well. I apologize.
Yes.
What? Above a 10?
14.
14? Okay.
Best I could do.
When did Otis roll?
Otis goes on your turn.
Oh, right. That's, yeah.
Let's not overcomplicate this. Mira?
I'm a solid 5. Yeah.
5? Okay. All right. So it's actually going to be that the ghosts go first because you're walking forward and expecting and it looks like this is going to work with Uhtred creating daylight. But I'm going to say one group of them act and the other ones hesitate. So, okay. So it's the white bases that are going to act. And you guys get there and 3 of them just scream. I need everyone to make 3 will saves.
But everyone makes 3? Holy shit.
Oh no, I saw this going.
Okay. Well, in the Ghost defense, Jake, you said you had a good feeling about this.
So we did say will, right?
Yep.
Okay, doke.
Bort can reroll if he fails.
Okay.
I imagine. Okay. Not too bad from here.
I got 2 28s and a 34.
Okay.
That's a good thing, Jake. Definitely a good thing.
What did Uhtred get?
25, 27, 17.
Okay. Mirok.
34, 34, 29.
Okay. Largo.
Largo got 34, 30, and 26.
Okay. And Bort.
Bort got 19, 13, and 16.
Now, we don't add anything to that, correct? Just our will.
No, none of my buffs should apply to this.
Yeah, I
Only-
don't think Tears to Wine doesn't affect a will save, even though it's wisdom based.
Unless
Here's
it's
the wine does
just fear and
Hero's
poison.
Feast?
One of them does fear and poison. That's the only thing.
Yeah, Hero's Feast is fear and poison. I think.
This is
Me.
Okay, that's a fear effect. So that's a +1. Let me just check and make sure. it's
actually Uhtred is immune. to fear.
Yeah.
that makes sense because he is married.
So Uhtred is immune to this, so his one failure doesn't matter.
Go Uhtred.
The rest of you,
You get a +4 on fear for Hero's Feast.
okay. The rest of you make all of your saves, except for Bort, who made none of his.
Oh,
He can re-roll for 9 lives.
one of them. But he had to make 3.
Yeah, he can use 9 lives once per round.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure.
So is that even worth it, or because he failed one of them?
Well,
I would say so. Well, he has 9 uses of this spell.
Yeah.
He's never come close to using it.
So we'll re-roll one of them. I mean, if they stack, right? But if it's just like if you fail one, then you're done. You know, it might not be worthwhile.
But he wouldn't know that.
That's true. All right, so he re-rolls, and he gets, and it's a +4. So he gets a 24. on his last one.
Okay. All right. So all of you take 45 points of damage, except for Bort, who takes 90 points of damage.
That's cool.
40, you said?
45.
We all do.
Except for you, you take none.
All
right. And Bort is paralyzed.
Does he still fly when he's paralyzed, or does he just like fall out of the sky?
Yeah, he doesn't. He's just stuck there, and
And only one of us can see him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably all just kind of hear on the telepathic.
Dude. Yeah. He's just stopped talking.
Dude,
so we're like, oh God, something's wrong.
He's like almost fucking dead.
He took 90 and he's almost dead? That's not right.
He has 129 hit points according to this.
He has more than that. Shit,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
No.
You don't think so? I thought he was like in the 160s at this point.
That's me. I'm at 169.
Okay. Well,
His constitution's only 14.
that sounds like a 40.
Yeah.
Bort, Largo, Richard, Mira, Kiani, Otis. Okay, so oops.
Oh, Otis is immune to fear too because he's a paladin.
So Bort takes 90, Largo takes 45, I take 45, or Richard takes 0. Yeah, I takes 45, Otis takes 0. Okay.
Oh wait. Otis also has an aura of courage. What kind of bonus is the bonus against fear?
It's a +4.
Right. What is there a type, or is it just say +4?
It's a morale bonus.
Morale. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me check to see what the paladin bonus against fear is. Aura of courage. I'm going to. It's also morale, so they don't stack.
Yeah, okay.
That was close. Okay. So that is half of them. And the other half. 2 charge. Uhtred. And I think only one of those is going to hit. So the 19 is not going to hit Uhtred, right?
What is your
Okay. Actually, it's 2 claw attacks. So Uhtred takes 13 points damage. And 13 points damage.
so 13 total or 20?
26 total. You're not raging yet, so.
No.
Do you have DR, Glenn?
That's
No.
when he's raging.
Okay, cool. So just straight 26.
Okay. And one is going to attack Yanni. Neither one of those is a 20, so neither one hit. Yanni, your turn.
I would like to go into brutal assault,
Okay.
and I would like to perform I would like to click my heels together and activate haste.
Nice.
And then I would like to just go ham bone on this thing in front of me.
Okay.
So let's see. I know this one isn't going to hit because I rolled a 2. But the others, is a 38 to hit, and then a 39 to hit for. Those are my 3 full.
What was the 2?
The 2 was a 26.
That will hit.
Oh, shit, yeah, okay. So there's 3 hits. Let me roll the next set. So that's 3 hits, and then this is a 31, that'll hit, and then the 5th attack is a natural 1 if you want to do something with that.
No, that's fine.
So keep going.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm at 4 hits. The next 2 is 15 on that one. So that's a 28. That'll hit. I rolled another 2 on that set. That's just a 16. So that one shouldn't hit.
16 misses.
Yeah. Last one is another 2. So that is only an 11. That won't hit. So 6 hits, right? 3, 1, 2. 6 hits.
You missed 4.
I missed 4.
Well, no, you missed 3. You got a natural 1 and then 2 2s at the end. So you attack 8 times around, right?
Yeah, with haste, 8 around. Missed 3, so 5. 5
Yeah.
hits. Okie doke. Let me, I guess, roll some damage.
Okay.
Do you mind if I just get a total and then just give it to you at the end?
There's a good chance you're gonna kill this one before the end of your hit. So.
Gotcha. Okay. And they're taking half damage on the acid, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. First hit is 28 plus 2 acid damage.
Okay.
Next is 25. I rolled a 1, so I guess that's 0 acid damage. Or I don't know if 1 is the bare minimum. I'm not sure how that works.
Sure.
The third. There we go. Finally a good roll. 35 and 1 acid damage. Number 4. 26 plus 2 acid damage.
Okay. That destroys this one. You can 5-foot step and attack the next.
All right, and then 1 more attack here. 32 and 1 acid damage.
Okay. All right, that's it for Yanni. Fort is paralyzed for another 3 rounds.
Cool.
Okay. Largo.
All right. So first thing I do is I cast Force Cage on a 20 by 20 foot cube. I'm gonna try to encapsulate these dudes, those 3. And it functions like Wall of Force, except they are bars so they can see out. I'm gonna try to get all of them. No, that's 30 by 30, 30 by 30, yeah. I think that little one, yeah, perfect. I'd like to get these 3.
Nice.
It functions like Wall of Force, except it's bars, so it's a force cage. And then I'm going to quicken, intensify, battering blast. So 10d6 on each of these 3 dudes.
Okay.
Or actually, no, these guys aren't dead yet, right? 10d6 on each of these 3 dudes. Reflex partial. So let's
And that's
see.
force damage?
And that is force damage. They get a 28 to disbelieve, but it would still be 100% real, so it doesn't really matter. And then a 28 reflex save.
Okay. One of them rolled a natural 20.
Okay.
So that one saves.
Okay.
The next highest was a 17. That one fails.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, these guys are not super. They're glass cannons.
Yeah. Okay. So the first one, right? We're doing the success. The first one's got to deal with. 41, right? So 20 damage, force damage.
Well, you just want to do 41 damage to all of them?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So,
Oh, and then check down to 2.
all right.
Oh, never mind. I'm just fucking. Oh no, this is flying, not invisibility. Never mind. But I'm just.
You gonna move anywhere?
No.
Uhtred.
And that was the 3, like 2 close to Uhtred and the one next to the
So
force.
you're under greater invisibility, right?
No, I didn't do that.
So then you're not.
I am
then you were
not
invisible.
invisible.
Yeah, okay. You are visible.
I am visible. Yep, and that was 1, 2, 3, or whatever, like these 3, because I figured those we'll just handle later. Focus down the ones we're fighting.
Uhtred.
Yeah, so I want to I surveyed the field here, and I don't think I'm
They're
gonna
right
rage.
in front of you.
Right? No, yeah, I was just saying I don't think I'm gonna rage yet. And would I do more damage with my cleaving, or can I hit both of them with great cleave?
Okay, you don't have ghost touch unless you're raging.
Oh, then I rage.
Now you don't have to fire your rage or anything, but yeah, if you don't rage, then you're gonna do half damage.
Oh, then I'm raging for sure.
All right. Well, if you cleave, 1, they're not standing next to each other, so you can't cleave from one to the next. And 2, that would only give you maximum of 2 attacks. But you have 4, so.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, or can I do come and get me, and then have them come and just start whacking on them, or I can just.
You can do that too.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do come and get me.
Okay.
So they can't.
And you can attack on top of that.
Perfect.
Yeah, is come and get me is just is it a swift action or is it a free action, Dan?
Hardness 30.
It's just a stance that he takes. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
it's not an action. I think it's a free action. And it just lasts until the start of your next turn.
That's gonna be a 46 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right.
Which one are you going to start with? The one on the right or the left of you?
Right.
Okay.
They can cast their own reaction, and I can cast back. I don't know how powerful they are.
And that'll be.
That I'm pretty sure that's going to destroy that one.
All right. Well, yeah, I was just gonna. 13.
Go for its head.
Yeah. I was shit. I wanted that to go for the head. Can I pinpoint the head?
You can realize that
So you
you
could
didn't do
pass
that this time and work on it next time. You already rolled to attack and hit, so.
Yeah, but would a 40 whatever not hit the head?
You have to do that before you swing.
Okay. Well, then that'll be 13.
Also, just on a meta level, Glenn, I don't think these guys are worthy.
I didn't either, but I mean, I figure we're here. A 50. I'm gonna cut this thing in half.
So 50 points of damage does destroy this one.
Yeah.
Then you can go to the next one.
I would like to hit this one in the head.
Okay. You going for Cleveland? Okay. Go for it.
All right, and that'll be a 39 to hit.
Okay, with a -8 is still hits.
It'll miss.
No, that does hit.
Oh,
So-
all right.
Roll the dice twice. Actually, no, they are immune to critical hits and precision damage, so they don't.
Axe.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So yeah, just roll damage normally. I'm sorry.
I like the idea of Largo's doing. I'm just like thinking about that because he's so small.
He's been
40,
doing it.
that'll be 49.
I was able to fucking cast
49?
spells per round.
Okay.
which is Insane.
Still standing.
I know.
So 50 is the number, huh?
I had hit the other one, Glenn, just for
Oh, had
reference. Yeah.
Yanni hit the other one, and Largo hit all of them. So
He
Okay.
should be close.
As you do, you know.
Well, he should get to attack me, but then I get an attack opportunity, so I'll fucking chop
You
him.
still have 2 attacks.
yeah.
I forget things.
Keep it rolling.
We all do, buddy. We all do.
All right.
You're still a giant murder machine.
You're damn right. $35 to hit.
35 will hit. I don't think you can miss unless you roll a 1.
That'll be 43 points of damage.
Got them long
That'll destroy it.
run-ass toes.
I got the plebeian toe.
Yeah, literally,
Yeah, you do.
you're gonna hit all of them unless you roll a 1.
Excellent.
Okay, so that's 3 attacks. You got come and get me active. That's pretty much it for you this round, right?
My dick's as big as my forearm.
What does that mean, grandmother?
That's why I'm so big, dicky.
Okay, so
I got a sporting goods store in my pants.
That's just like my dick's as big as my forearm. That's why my cheekbones are so high.
Sorry, YouTube.
all right, so first one's going to charge forward and attack Yanni.
Hold on. Were half of them ahead of us in initiative?
Just you.
Just me. Okay, yeah. I rolled really shitty.
Yeah, they had 2 separate initiatives,
But
but they rolled an 8 and a 7, and yeah, everybody rolled well except for you.
Yep.
So the one attacking Yanni is not gonna hit. Nothing's gonna fucking hit Yanni. And then the other 3 are going to attack Uhtred. I'm pretty sure you don't have combat reflexes.
My nose pocket is girthy. That's why my elbow hurts.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that, please?
I
There's
have
no way I
combat
heard that correctly.
I know that. I was sitting on that.
All right.
Yep.
So
Checks out.
And
You're dead.
I do have combat reflex.
you do.
Yeah. One of my feet.
Oh man.
We're just making up eugenics.
Oh yeah, you did just pick that up. Okay, cool. So you get a number of attack of opportunities equal to your dexterity modifier, which is 2. So the first one attacks you, natural 1. So he misses.
Nice.
The second 2 attack you, and that is one of those hits. So you get a come and get me attack.
And that will hit.
Okay.
And then damage.
Bort's just paralyzed in the sky.
His eyes are just darting.
We have 39 hit points.
And the damage will be 48.
Either does
Okay,
the most damage we've
48.
ever seen, or it's just like completely done.
And he
These
does
are real class cannon.
11 points of damage to you. Reduced by your damage reduction.
9.
And then second one attacks you. And 26 hits? Yep, okay. So, but 23 does not?
23 does not.
Okay, are you counting that come and get me gives you a -4?
Oh, yeah, so that hits.
Okay, so both of those hit. You only have one attack of opportunity left, so you get to attack back once. And that's
That'll hit.
okay. So that's one of those attacks does 15 points of damage. The other one does 8. So subtract your damage reduction from each of those attacks. And how much damage did you do to him?
48.
48. Okay. All righty. And then this one. Just goes to the bars and desperately tries to.
Yes. Hardness 30, 170 HP.
They can't. Those two, seeing the bars and not being able to get through them, scream. So everyone give me 2 will saves.
Including Bort?
Damn.
Damn, 216s.
Yeah, I rolled 270s last time.
Damn, I rolled
Oh,
bad.
this is not good, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're immune.
Damn, Largo might have fucked up. Ooh, Bort definitely fucked up.
His circulatory system stops.
But I still get the +4.
Yeah.
If Largo's fine.
Yeah.
Largo might be okay.
Oh, we do have +4, correct?
Yeah,
Yep.
+4 morale bonus to fear.
Okay, so I got a 26 and a 30.
That should be fine.
Largo's lowest is a 22.
22 fails.
22 fails. Sorry, the other one's a 17 on the die. Bort got lower than both of those.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, so that is 65 points of damage to Bort.
All right, Bort is at -34.
Yanni is thinking about how he sewed a diamond into a pretty
Or
short
no, he's
neck.
negative. He's -30.
Well, he's dead.
Yeah,
It was only worth 300 gold, Aaron.
Yeah. He has 10 Constitution. Yeah, he did.
He's dead.
They got more.
Oh, damn it, boys! They got bored.
So, am I paralyzed?
Yes.
Is it a poison?
No.
God.
It's fear.
Yeah.
But fear is a poison.
You're paralyzed for 2 rounds.
Okay.
And
You take 90
you
damage?
take 42 points of damage.
Okay.
Bort takes. Bort already took his 65. The rest of you succeeded on both of your saves. Okay, so you take 32 points of damage.
Oh, no, that's bad.
Okay, Force Cage is not concentration. So, I'm all right.
It's still there.
17 rounds.
So you're paralyzed. You're
I am
not
all right. Well,
Aaron, you still haven't went, right?
dead. His ears are just bleeding.
What did you say, Jay?
Yeah,
You,
Oh,
you
he's
still
just-
haven't went.
I haven't gone yet.
Just a mask of horror on his face.
and Otis hasn't went either.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Since Otis hasn't gone, He looks over at, and Bort is becoming visible now that he's no longer a valid target for the invisibility spell. Can't do anything about that. Licks Largo. And cures paralysis.
Cures of paralysis. Dang.
One of his mercies is paralysis.
I look at him. Thanks so much. I
Well,
will.
that's some neat.
So roll 66 for the lay on hands there.
Right.
And then he looks at Bort and is like, I wasn't fast enough.
Oh Christ!
Oh.
I remain silent.
You're like, hi.
Yes.
It was 24 total.
Cobra Kai.
24 hit points to you. Mira.
Okay. As my standard action, I'm going to cast Blade Barrier right to these guys here.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll the damage first? Because the next thing I'm going to do is as a move action, I'm going to channel positive energy to harm them.
Okay.
Or do you want me to just do it all together at once?
Do the blade barrier first.
Okie dokie. I need that tiny little D6 thing. Does Ross have that, or do you have that?
Ross has that.
Okay. Well,
You just
roll 15 D6 for me, please. Yeah, on the internet, and then let me. And then actually, no, Dan, just go ahead and roll. Let's see, 9 plus 15, 24 D6, right? Because
the channel is a will save, and
Yes,
the
that happened.
blade barrier is
Right.
a reflex save.
yeah, so let's do them.
They're two different. That's pretty good roll on the blade barrier. 63 points of damage.
Hell yeah.
And they need to. What's the save on the blade barrier?
Well, this is where I get confused because it's not a spell.
Yes, it is.
I thought it was like a feat. Channel positive energy.
No, blade barrier.
Oh, I'm sorry. I pulled up the wrong thing. Blade Barrier is a 6th level spell, right?
So 22.
Yeah.
Half spell level plus charisma plus 10.
Yeah. I should get that tattooed on my body.
Or it's spell level plus charisma plus half. Yeah, it's something.
Okay, so 2 of them save.
It says it.
But I'm sorry, it's a reflex save. Did I say will?
I know it's a reflex save.
Okay, all right, cool. Just double checking.
Yeah. So yeah, these
There's 10 plus half level.
these 5 do
Hmm?
not save. That one does. So 63 was that?
Yeah.
Damn, boy died. Luckily, you have a minute, house ruled minute for Breath of Life.
Yeah.
Just let him lay. He needs
Yeah, we just all just kind of stand over him for a minute, like.
I would like it if you were urgent on your phone comment.
No, yeah, I know. I'm not gonna metagame it. Merrick would freak out.
He just hasn't noticed yet.
Yeah,
This all conceivably happened in the same 6 seconds. Right?
Yeah, and also he quietly landed in this. Well, no, I would sense his life going away. I would sense that probably in the next round.
Probably like as you're, because it's all essentially going on in the same round.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you can channel positive energy.
Okay, so it's 96. That's one for every odd level.
Is it 9 or is it? Yeah, it's okay.
It should be 1. It's 1d6 plus per odd level, so 8 plus 1, right?
Yeah.
And now that one is a will save.
Yeah.
To have. Yeah.
Yeah, and they have bonus against channeling. So 37 for that. Not a good roll. And okay, and the DC on that is a 6 plus 24.
Yeah, for you, I don't know. Because
It's half your level plus your charisma modifier plus 10.
Okay.
Yeah, that's for your special effects, and then your spell is spell level plus 10 plus maybe.
So it's going to be 8 plus 6, 14, 24.
Supernatural ability.
Yes, save.
Class features.
Okay. So this one saves and this one saves. The other 3 do not. So that was 37. Fucking kidding me. Exactly 100.
So that is 18.
And 3. One's gone. And 3. And 2. All right.
Yeah, sorry. No, I'm done. You're good.
This force cage, is there a top to it? Can I get in there with these things?
No. Yeah.
Can I stick my fist through the bar?
Yes, you should. Yeah, you can stick your fist.
Cool. Yep, I would like to take a 5-foot step and then just punch that thing through the bar.
Okay.
All right. Still got haste up. 5-foot step still lets me flurry.
Or dying was just a silly fluke. Like the rest of us are just fine, and he's just fucking dead.
His will save is not.
Yeah, we'll say
Yeah, dude.
The
Actually,
lowest of those first.
One of those will saves?
No, I didn't.
I did.
I rerolled
On the first
on the
batch.
first one.
Oh, yeah.
So 12 plus 4 will be 16 plus 7, 23.
His tiny brain is just working so hard.
Damn it, Borg. Resist!
You can't.
No.
It's funny because his whole shtick is trying to trick people into doing things.
It's just
So the lowest I've rolled on the first 5 is a 30.
Okay, it's dead.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure minimum damage on the first punch would kill it.
cool. I just
Just roll around to all of them.
Miyake yells, I loosened it up for you.
thank you, sir.
All right. Borg is one round closer to oblivion. Largo.
Largo does a normal. Which one has taken the most damage, as far as he can tell?
They're ghosts.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
They're not bleeding. There's no bruises.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast.
One of the, like they might look a little blurrier or something, but it's.
I'm gonna cast an intensified battering blow. 2 of them are gonna hit this guy, and 1 of them is gonna hit that guy. So it is a DC will save. I mean, yeah. So it's 100% real no matter what. It does 140%. Or no, that's only on elemental stuff. So never mind. So it's 100% real no matter what. So there is a DC 28 reflex save for half. Way shittier than last time.
Okay. I don't make any other saves.
20. 10 D6.
Okay. So this one's hit by 2 of them.
Yeah. Okay, so it's gone. Cool.
The other one is still kicking.
And I am still flying.
Now we interrogate it. He's trapped in a box.
Who do you work for?
Trey.
Yeah. So I'm just going to casually go up and make an attack on its head and try to chop it off, just to see if I could have collected some heads.
So like you can't chop its head off because the bars go up and down. You kind of have to like slice in. So that's one.
What?
They're they don't like have a neck. They are ghosts. They don't have like. Yes, they have a form or whatever, but there's no anatomy to it.
Okay, can I use an action die to reach both my arms in and try to strangle its head until it pops off?
It doesn't have a head.
I'm picturing Uhtred just say, "Damn it, turn sideways so I can chop her head lump off."
And
All
you
right,
can use your axe to chop this thing's head off right now.
And then
I think you gotta go vertical between the bars.
I call my shot and go vertical. I'm gonna chop it in half.
Okay.
Split it.
You gotta like half Top Gun it, and not invert yourself, but just like halfway there, and then you can get a
Right,
horizontal
that-
chop in.
Have you seen Maverick?
It's not from Maverick. It's from.
Well, if he hasn't seen Maverick, then he just doesn't
I've
understand.
seen it.
I'm sorry, I don't love the military.
45 points of damage.
Okay, you destroy it.
It's the feel-good movie of the South.
Oh, who are they blowing up? On their jet planes.
They actually don't specify.
Yeah.
Bad guys.
Yeah, which I kind of feel is nice. It's a snowy climate, and they don't specify where it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So with that, you see, like the immediate vicinity does not seem to have any of these things. Though now that you are within the shadow of the structure, you can hear like distant sounds of these screams and wails.
So they're around.
Okay. We're out of combat. I immediately sense Bort's not alive, and I panic. Take a 5 foot over here. Breath of life. Him back up. Do you want me to roll for that?
Yep. Because he was at
Negative
He was pretty deep.
negative
Yeah.
30.
Negative 30.
Okay.
Even.
Spell, so.
So it's 5d8. And you got to get him up to, which I think you automatically succeed because you add your level to it. 5d8 plus 17.
Well, maybe I can still fail, right? 5d plus 17 if I roll like ones, all of them.
No, you have to get him to higher than negative his constitution.
Oh, which is
then he's
negative
back
10.
down to dying instead of dead.
So even if I roll all ones, I would automatically.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, either way. Not good rolls. On the first, that's 21. I rolled damn 90. I rolled 4 ones out of 5
wow.
d8s. Yeah. But that's still gonna be enough for 23.
Okay, so that brings him to negative 7.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
So you heal him, and then you see him, and like, actually, there was no wound. He was scared to death.
He's
Shallow
still
breathing.
really scared.
Yeah.
You got to heal him of his scared.
we should really hold that.
Our one true evil character was scared to death.
I know, yeah. We really need to like wield that over him forever.
Well, that was one of the things that you were told you're going to need to deal with when encountering the Tarask is fear.
Leon, yeah, I'm
So
going to
Bort's
use
just
my healing
Stay home.
hands ability.
Okay.
Which is, unless I roll a 1, it's like what, automatically 150 points healing? I'm trying to pull it over.
Oh yeah, I'll pull it up real quick.
I was written down on one of these notebooks. 12 hit points per level 20, so it's 6 hit points per level right now. So 60, and then 6 times 7, Jake told me is 42. So this one should actually be 102 hit points.
How do you get from 42 to 102?
All right, so hear me out.
It's plus 60.
6 hit points per level.
Roll the die.
Okay. D6 or D20? Yep. Okay. It's a D20. I got a 3.
Okay, what is your heal skill?
My heal skill is at the moment 40.
40. Okay, so 43,
Mm-hmm.
level 17, 119.
Okay, so I'm not adding my ranks and planes. Oh,
That is adding your ranks and points.
okay.
So
So
it is, yeah, 102. If you hit a DC 20, it's 102. If you hit DC 30 or higher, it's 119.
okay. But in the case of board right now, it's 100 and what do we say? 3.
That was at 119. So yeah, so he's at 112 now because he was at -7.
What's his Trevor to Aaron? What is his total hit points? What should
His
it be?
total hit points is 129.
Okay, I'm gonna leave him there. I feel like that's fine because he's gonna absorb. I'm gonna give him another 10 in the next 6 seconds for 120.
You're gonna take 50 from me, just so you know.
Oh shit! I forgot about this part. Oh god.
And you're gonna take some from Largo too.
I'm gonna take a lot from Mark. I'm gonna take 97.
Yes, you are.
Okay. So
Well,
I'm
you're only gonna take it in 10
Increments of 10, yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm just getting a total number here. I'm gonna take 40 from Uhtred. I'm rounding down to the nearest 10.
Take 90
I'm
from
gonna
me.
take 70 from Largo, or from Yanni, I mean.
Not 50.
Who healed you? Because I have you taken 45 and then 32.
Well, I had 16 temp hit points, and I got 10 from you on your turn.
Ah, the 10 hit points.
Oh, I didn't even fucking factor that in. All right, well, hold on.
And then now it's only 81.
Yeah, so it's gonna be 80. Okay, not a huge change. Okay, so I am going to absorb 170 hit points of damage. I have.
Now, when you can do 2 people at once when you do the planar thing.
Uh-huh.
You want to say you like waited a couple of rounds and absorbed damage from them, and then did yourself and Bort at the same time.
Yeah, I'm just doing the math to make sure I can do that. I think it's close, but I think I can.
I mean, it won't heal you to full, but what's your normal sitting around hit points?
214.
Yeah.
I took 77 minus 16, right? So it's going to be 61. 61 minus 214 is 213, and you take away another 60, so it's 153, and then I'm absorbing
130 from Largo and
yeah, from Largo and Yanni, and then Uhtred, I need to pick up 40. That puts me at 170.
oh, okay. I forgot Largo took damage.
Yeah, so it'll be a little bit of closing, but I could, yeah, because I'm taking them 10
Well, you can do it in the
in
process.
rounds. Yeah.
So we'll just say, you heal yourself for 119 in the process as well. Cool.
So I'm down 61. That's what I have.
I mean, you can use your planar healing again if you want.
Yeah, I mean,
I was just trying to maximize. Right?
yeah, so I use 2 uses of planar healing to top myself off to full, and then everyone else should be within.
On your second use, you
Yeah.
can top off somebody else as well.
I'm within 3.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is at this point, everyone should be within 10 of their full hit
I know,
points.
but you might as well top somebody else.
Going my math, it's 7 with Yanni.
Since
Yanni.
you can do 2 at a time.
Yeah, Yanni, you're fully topped up.
I was only down 1, but I was gonna make like an absolute just scene of it. But yeah, I'll just be topped off.
Okay, cool. I had you down 7, but that's cool.
The 16, my guy, from tip hit points.
Yeah.
That's 6.
No,
All right.
I had you down 7.
Whatever. We're now at 20 past 10, which
I healed for 20 minutes. I can't heal 10?
No.
Okay.
This is in the vicinity of our normal quitting time.
Yeah.
And
And
we're all level
we're
18.
probably going to get into another fight. 'Cause there are more ghosts.
Well, that's
More
not a
echoes
good,
of ruin.
that's not a good thing for Largo.
It'd be pretty good. I mean, that.
No, I'm just saying I have one more 5th level spell slot. I have a lot of force spells that I need to cast. Whenever it's like force damage is the best version of damage, I get really spent really quick.
Okay.
Yeah, you two give me spellcraft checks.
29,
Did you have 10?
39.
47.
Okay. Something to note: the ghost's wail that does this and that does all the damage and paralyzes is also sonic in
Yeah.
nature.
So silence.
Silence.
If you can't hear it, you're immune to it.
Okay, nice.
And silence lasts a good while. Because I cast it on you a lot. Early on in the campaign.
And I have silence.
I think it's like a minute per level or something.
And Largo, I believe our flies have now
Yeah, flies
ran
are
their
done.
course.
Yep. So we are trudging.
If you wanna piggyback, just let me know.
Cool.
So can you leave a note of how many spells and what level you have spent, so I know what to go into next week?
Yes.
Or
You have a piece of paper.
errand.
Where is that knife?
Well, someone's gonna play Largo next week.
I have too many spells for anyone but Ann. I am so complicated.
You're doing a video next week?
He's going to DC.
Oh,
He's gonna go to
right.
the Spy Museum.
I'm gonna go to the Spy Museum.
He's going to a concert, not a show, because he's not.
You know who you get into the Spy
I'm
Museum?
not kidding anymore.
You go into a room and it's a bookshelf.
Did you say you were going to watch Rage?
Figure out how to get into the museum.
Is that true?
I'm not fucking kidding. I've
He
never-
did.
The people who've been there.
I paid $22 and
I
I
bet
didn't
that's
go.
a good show.
Kill it in the name of, dude.
I'm not.
I bet they'll play it. I bet you $1 they play it, Glenn.